Now, first and foremost, we're going to start off by giving all praises, all glories, and all honors unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the Church of Great Millstone. Shalom to the sincere, hopeful elect. Brothers out there prophesying the true name and the true doctrine about the times we're in the attitude of the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Here to prophesy once again about the downfall of this wicked society, right? And the salvation of the elect of the house of Israel, which are the so-called Negro Latinos and Indians, which are the biblical Israelites, right? Because we're heading to a time where everybody's and we say this time and over again, that, you know, within this year to next year, right, you're going to see a lot of restrictions intensify, especially now that they try to mandate until the fourth wave by September to October. For a lot of things, for jobs, for military, you know, and then you got the crisis happening. Also over there in Nigeria, there's a major food crisis. You see that the goods, like the food, is starting to the prices intensifying from hyperinflation, which is ultimately going to be the crash of the dollar. You know.
I was just going to say that Esau, they had this shit mapped out from the beginning, you know? So that how you think they know about all these different ways that they got coming? Because they planned it. You could go back to Bill Gates that was briefing the CIA on certain agendas that they had back then, man. That was what, like 2000, like 7, 10 or something like that.
Oh, when he was teaching
when he briefed him,
yeah, come.
Because even with the first wave of the C-19, they was like, oh, well, it's going to be a second wave. Yeah, there was going to be a third wave, and they got it, and they got different quarters. And Esau always they calculated those type of things the same way what they do. You got a fiscal year, you know, so they plan for things to be a certain way at a certain time. You know, and that's what they're doing with this whole. Now it's what we got a cyber attack is going to be the next one. You know?
Yeah, like and then that's my friend. Hey, can you give me that real quick? They said they make a diligence about the shop, because that's a good point. Yeah, they having all these cyber attacks, and that which we know is an inside job, but that they need a boogeyman to point their fingers at. So they blame Russia, China, you know what I'm saying? Even during the election, where they was blaming China and Russia for intervening with that, which they didn't, you know what I'm saying? But you had the cyber attack with the gas, then you had it with certain cities, and even on the web where it malfunctioned some apps and websites. You know what I'm saying? Because little do people know that's happening for them to restrict the internet as well, you know, for full control. You know what I'm saying? And even with banks, you know, because now they could just easily freeze your bank account. So just imagine, you know what I'm saying? That's just in a small scale, but nevertheless, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai brought darkness upon the land of Egypt. You see? So we're going to see darkness. We're going to see, because everything runs on electric, you know, internet, wires, you know, so that could stop the trains from moving. That could stop cars from moving. If there was to be an EMP attack, that could make planes fall out the fucking sky, man. You know, they even show you that in a movie called The Fifth Wave. You know, you can check that out. And go figure, it says The Fifth Wave. You know? And they showed you in that movie how they were sending a lot of people, Because they were saying it was an alien invasion. But
You know what that is.
they had FEMA camp. And yo, you got FEMA that's on the rise more now. You know what I mean?
And the reason why you have that, because when Donald Trump was in office, he signed over everything to FEMA. And that's what people fail to realize, and they keep forgetting about that. He signed the presidency and everything, so FEMA really is the ones running things now. You know? And he even admitted it. There's so many words, because you know Esau likes to talk smooth, likes to talk slick and codes. And he was like, yeah, after he did it, he was like, it was nice being your president. So he basically told you like, yo, I ain't even your president now. So he really ain't give a damn about, you know, being running and getting elected again, man. You know, because everything is already given to FEMA. Why you think they got the camps right? They know them camps is in line, ready to go, man. You know? So
and there's people that don't know about the truth or anything.
That's right,
that's passing by those camps and just happens to start recording, and they know, even they know. You got people in the truth that don't even bring these things out. You got people in these churches that's not bringing it out. That's so-called religions. You know, but it just goes to show it's all systematic. You know, even the scriptures it's told you about these things before it happened. So the Lord is the one that orchestrated them. You know, what you guys know. And I'm gonna bring out this Baruch.
I got it. I'm gonna start at verse 1.
Bring it up.
There's some heat right here. This is out of the book of Psalms, chapter 64, starting at verse 1. It says, hear my voice, O Most High, and my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
Oh, beautiful. So that's a secret counsel. When you consult about something, you come together on a table to reason with each other, to come up with that final solution or that final agenda that they have. So they consult together. That's why you got what, those G Summit meetings, right? You got these elites that go to the Bilderberg meetings, but they ain't nobody talking about that though, right? The United Nations, all these different kings of the earth come together over there in that building in New York, right? For what though? That's what you gotta ask yourself. See, these people, they don't think critically about things. They don't ask questions. They teach you that in school. Who, what, where, why, when. The 4 whys. You know what I'm saying? Kids ask questions, but why? But why? These people, they're just, you know, their heads are so up each other's ass to where they don't even care. They just worrying about the raise or things going back to normal. Well, with the new norm, how many times they kept coming up with the new normal slogan? That's that new world order, man. You know?
Then they got them, they go to Bohemian Grove every year.
Yeah.
So that's secret counsel. And yo, the one dude, he got mad at this guy, Alex Jones, for exposing. Because he ran into one of those top guys, sinners or whatever. He caught him, but he was like, he wasn't at the Bohemian Grove. Right? And he was like, yo, you know who brought out the information on y'all at the Bohemian Grove? He said, I didn't. Dude, look, yo, if you would have saw his demeanor, this dude turned red as a tomato, man. He was like, I despise you for that. He was like, he was, yo, man.
Yeah, I know you.
He wanted to say a lot more,
He said,
but there was so many people around, so he had to try to keep his composure. But you could read that man's spirit, he was vexed.
He said, oh, this is a journalist ambush or something like
He said, I don't have any more, anything more to say. I don't want to talk to you.
Hey, but that's showing you that even if he was set up to do that or not, it shows you that all this is being brought to light. And that backs up what Isaiah said of what's happening now. Which is what? Isaiah 47. Starting at the top. You know? And a brother, if you want to hold that after this, you can. You know? I got a Baruch on deck as well. So.
Back in the book of Psalms, chapter 64 and 2.
Good.
It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Now only the Lord is going to hide us from everything that's coming.
spirit you're supposed to be in right now. Praying to the Lord, asking for Him to basically protect you.
He says his name is the strong tower.
So you want that protection now. And then all these people out here, they're not thinking about the Lord right now. When they think about Him, it's going to be too late. But it says, who rent their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
And that's what they use. They use bitter words on the social media platforms, on these news outlets. They use bitter words, and then when it tells you how they whet their swords, meaning they're sharpening their swords. Meaning what? They're getting ready to attack. They're ready to come down full throttle. Like it tells you, Isaiah 59:19, as the enemy comes in like a flood. So they're about to flood the gates. You know, they're about to flood the streets. Then you got this Delta variant. They're saying that it's traveling so fast that I believe they said that it reached already 50 states. But they also got Delta forces. They got forces specifically for these things. You know, so the troops could go out and distribute these things, man. You know, so that's so we're supposed to be protected by the Lord, because they whetting their swords, you know, their tongue, their double tongue, and then when they come with their troops, martial law, you know.
It says that they may shoot in secret. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. And that's where we at now, man. Who's the perfect? The perfect is the elect, man. You know? They were the Israelites, man. And they shoot in secret. Why you think they, like we said earlier, they got all the secret councils behind closed doors? Yo, we going vax the blacks. Now, yo, what's the thing they doing now? Like the brother said, they want to go door to door. And they already have the neighborhoods mapped out where they're going. I guarantee you it ain't no Edomite neighborhood, man. You know? They probably got them on deck, but the first neighborhoods they hitting is you niggas, man.
That's right. Yeah.
Why? Because what? Jacob's trouble, man. You know, they always had a perpetual hatred for us, man.
Yeah.
For their brother. You know? And they like to shed the Israelites' blood, man. You know? And that goes all the way back to Genesis, the 25th chapter. You know, when we were struggling in the womb. We've been fighting with this devil since the womb, man. You know? So that's nothing.
Since Cain slaughtered Abel.
That's right.
That's innocent blood. They committed the first murder ever.
And that's the
That's what that's for.
And that's the same spirit that's on Esau. That for the sword spirit.
Now they are making, I believe it's Australia or one of those countries overseas. They're making it the jab, rather. I want to get a flag. Shit. They're making it mandate, and they're saying that if you don't take that, now they can take you to they can incarcerate you.
Oh, snap.
So that, you know, everything that happens overseas ends up happening over here. Because what? Those are trial runs, like it tells you in Revelation. You know, those are trial runs. Those are, you know, it's like called gradualism. They do things in due time. It's like a balloon. Blowing and blowing and blowing. It's getting bigger, 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 bigger until it finally pops. You know?
You know, like they got that song from yo, these old ass niggas came back. Cash Money, Juvenile. And he got the name Juvenile, so you a juvenile is like a child,
yeah.
man. You know they call him juvenile delinquents. That's a badass kid. So you picked the name Juvenile.
Even
right?
in jail, they got the juvenile.
So now this nigga, instead of the song Back That Ass Up, it's called Vax That Ass Up, man. And they got that little digital passport that he's throwing out in the video and everything. You know? So that, and who's that targeting? That's not targeting Edom, man. That's not targeting Esau. You know, it's targeting Jake, man. Then they said in the song basically, yo, if you want to have sex with the woman or the man, you gotta get facts first. You know? Yeah. But they letting you know what they about, man. Cash money. That's what they about. That's their God. As it says in the book of Matthew, man. You can't serve two gods. You can't serve God and man. If you're going to love one and you're going to hate the other, and they chose their God, which is man. And that's money.
You know they probably threaten their careers or whatever little money they do have. You know they
on that opportunity. You want to do facts that ass up for us, buddy? Yeah, I'll sign right there.
They probably paid up a nice coin.
Yeah, kind of sign. And yo, but them niggas, they already sold out. But our people, they still don't see that. They're like, oh, look at this song. And that's giving you a visual. Putting it in your subconscious, man. You know?
Yeah, and I heard it on the bus. I was on the bus yesterday, the other day. And I heard these chicks talking about chicks, females. And they have just in the control. And they sitting right behind me. And they're like, they condoning it, basically. You know? And they looking down on those that didn't get that bite.
Yep.
Call that shit the bite. The bite of the serpent.
Yeah, and no, that's perfect.
Because when a snake bites you, they inject poison.
And
You're not going to let a snake bite you. So why you going to let an Edomite bite you?
he is the snake.
Because you know what I'm saying? Remember that video we made?
I'm about to say
That's
that.
crazy. They take that one and put it on there. I might do that for you.
And that's funny because you said the bite.
That's what
Talking about the snake.
That's what they were inspired by.
Yeah, the snakes, the tooth on the snake that shoots the venom when it bites you. That's the technology they got to put inside the needle.
Yeah.
So when it injects it to you, it releases whatever it's got in there. So that's the poison.
Yep. And in that same article, this is why that same article, remember, it showed like this little square silicone patch with the 4 needles on each. When you put it in, that's why they put it on. Let me slow down, because my mind is racing. That's why recently this dude that got the bite, he put that light on it. So now it was
Neon light.
It was a neon light. So we did this video a while ago, speaking about how they gonna come out with that. Cause like when you go to clubs, right? Like the brother mentioned, you got markers, you can write it, but you can't see it. So they put the neon light. Now that's how they gonna know who got the bite or not. Because now you got all this shit flowing through your blood. Lord knows what the hell that is, metals or whatever. So when you put that light on you, you can see your veins light up.
So they know who God. That's like, and you know, Esau, they into that technology. Cause yo, what they do? They got the goggles when they want to fight in the dark. They throw that on boom. Now, if you don't got the goggles, you don't know what you're looking for. But it goes by the heat of your body.
Bioluminescence.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So
what it's called.
it feeds off of the what's that, infrared? You know, so it feeds off your temperature in your body. Yeah, so like yo, that's how they be catching them niggas that be running, and they got the helicopter up there. It be night, and they be trying to hide or something. You see the heat on their body because they running. Their body's heating up. There's ways to beat that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain laws and stuff like that that they can't see through. But Jake don't know that, man. You know, all they know is that I'm trying to get away from the cops. You know? And then you're trying to put yourself in like mud or something like that. You know? And that'll book of Psalms, chapter 64, and verse 5.
Good.
It says they encourage themselves in evil. It says they encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
All these snares they setting up. A snare's a trap.
Right.
Just like how they do booby traps. So I'm not gonna smoke. But that's how they setting up snares, right? For let me give you an example. How the scriptures say a man shall desire to go to a city and won't be able to. Now you won't be able to go to turnpikes. Because remember the first wave they had the troops there giving out test swabs. Remember that? So they got hot spots, if you will. You know, hot spots in the supermarkets. Oh, you want to buy food? All right, it's all a trap. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you won't be able to do this. You won't be able to pay rent, buy gas, because everything will be different. So that's a trap. You know, trying to
on niggas. When the hell had these crackers ever tried to help a nigga in America? Right. But now all of a sudden, oh, the COVID-19's out here. Yeah, we got the antidote for y'all, man. Take it. We want to hit y'all first. Why? Because they plan on killing you niggas.
Right.
You know?
And that's why they're making it a federal thing.
Exactly.
Soon, when they mandate it, it's going to be federal. Oh, you don't want to take it? All right, come on. You're getting locked up.
Right.
We're going to take you in the FEMA camps. That's why it's all set up. Especially with these Walmarts.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? They're going to use them Walmarts for concentration. That's why they got these plastic coffins that could fit 3 to 4 bodies in them. What's that for? Oh, but people don't care. You know what I'm saying? But that's been out since early 1980s. Been. You know what I'm saying? Because that goes back to the Georgia Guidestones to eliminate the population until 500 million.
That's right.
So they can fully, and these women are gonna be the first one to get that shit, man. Especially them with the families. Oh, my kids gotta eat, so I'ma take the shit. I'ma take the facts. Oh, Miss Independent, strong women. You know what I'm saying? But that's why you gotta trust in the Lord, because the Lord controls both sides. Scriptures say the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. So everything because all this is happening to see who got the faith in the Lord or not. You know? Because these other religions ain't talking about prophecy. They just singing around, you know, passing baskets. Get tights. The Lord's going to bless you. In the time of war, the Lord's about to come back. You know what I'm saying?
Back in the book of Psalms, chapter 64, and verse 6. It says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep.
Yeah, that's why they got their sciences. That's why they got their these colleges. You know, they always study, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians. They always studied us, our biology, what can affect us. You know, because before they brought that smallpox, we was barely getting a common cold. We wasn't getting sick like that. We was eating proper herbs. We was more in tune with nature. You know what I mean? So we wasn't in need of certain pharmacy drugs and all that. We had remedies from the trees. Things from the trees you could take out that heal wounds. Things like that. You know what I mean? studied our people, physically, psychologically, spiritually, religiously. You know, how we. That's why they created that divide and conquer. That's why they created these gangs or whatever. You know, putting certain stores in our neighborhoods, right? Putting these drugs in our neighborhoods. The CIA implementing crack. You know, all these different drugs, right? Causing women's liberation movement to destroy the families.
Psalms 34 say.
So you need to ask questions. You just interrupt. You know. Now I got lost. I lost track of mine, but don't finish this.
Verse going back to Psalm 64 and
Psalm 64 what?
7. It says, I'm going to 64. It says they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away, and all men shall fear, shall declare the work of the Most High, for they shall wisely consider of the righteous shall be glad in the hour and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory.
They said the Lord is gonna shoot the arrows at them, which is these thermonuclear missiles. And the warheads, that's it. Because World War III, we're in the midst of World War III right now. You know? And they also said that their tongue shall fall upon them. Because even through the social media, Fauci and them, they said things that ended up exposing themselves. You know what I mean? When they thought they wasn't on camera, they were speaking, you know? They snitched on themselves, man, a couple times. You know when they say their words are smoother than butter, but war is in their heart.
Yeah, that's like with Mordecai and Haman, man. You know, when he built that device to try to take out Mordecai. That was his tongue called for falling back on his whole family. The Lord took him out just because he was speaking about trying to kill all the Israelites in that era. You know, the Lord don't get down like that, man. If he chose his people, that's who he's with, man. And no, contrary to popular belief, what you people think, he never forgot about us, man. He turned his back on us, but he is always going to be our power, man. You know?
Hey, man, you don't mind giving the brother's Bible back?
Because this is
following along.
This is 1 Timothy, real quick, chapter 1, no, Salakia, 1 Timothy 2 and 9. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 8 for the sister. It says, I will therefore that men pray everywhere, lifting up holy hands without wrath and doubting.
That's how you pray. You lift up your hands, it's the east, and you call upon the true name, Yahweh, Mahashem, Yahweh Shai, Mahashem will come down. You know? And that's why I said, what? Because we all over.
It says, in like manner also that the woman adorn themselves in modest apparel.
See, like this one, she got her head covered. You know, that's a good thing. Women's supposed to be wearing dresses. You know, modest apparel. You know? Being respectful. Raising your children right. And that's all in the scriptures, how we're supposed to move.
It says, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becometh woman professing godliness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all submission. But I suffer not a woman to teach nor usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed in Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived. It says, But I suffer not a woman to teach nor usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed in Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. And that's how the women are going to be saved, because what our women do, they turn their back on their men. For what? The so-called white men to get the benefits from them. So to be back in order, because, yo, matter of fact, you got that in Corinthians, the head of the, I think it's Corinthians.
2 Corinthians 11.
Yeah, come.
11 and 7.
Yeah, come.
I get it.
Because this is the order, because we have to be in the order ourselves, man. We just ain't out here just talking shit on the corner, you know?
I got it. There's the book of 1 Corinthians. First, yeah, no, don't, yeah. And I know the brother still got that Isaiah 47. But this is 1 Corinthians chapter 11. And I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, but I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach Yahushai.
So that's who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? His name is Yahushai, which means he is the deliverer, as he's coming back to save us out of this captivity that we're in, known as Babylon the Great right now, a.k.a. America, a.k.a. Sodom and Egypt. So that's our head. So if he was here right now physically, we would report right to him, you know? Because he is the King of Kings, man, the Lord of Lords. And it's a lot of lords on the face of this earth. That's why it says that. It's a lot of kings on the face of this earth. And to prove that, you got the Rothschild, Jacob Rothschild, an Edomite. What do they call him? Lord Rothschild, man. You know?
Yeah, even we lords. The scripture say we are gods. We shall die like men. You had King Solomon, King David, you know?
Right.
But he's the king of all kings.
That's right.
You know, that's why he's going to wear all those crowns
Right.
when he come back.
That's right.
You know, because he's the only one. He's going to be the only king.
Right.
You can't have one king and you can't have multiple. They're going to go to war.
That's right.
And in the kingdom, there's not going to be no more war. When the kingdom is established, there's only going to be peace. You know? But I'm going to read on. It says, and the head of the woman is the man.
Right, but a lot of women now got a problem with that. I don't need no nigga for shit. I'm not submitting to no nigga. But guess what? You're going to have to real soon, man. Because the scriptures tell you 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. And the scriptures also tell you that they're going to make a man like fine gold, man.
That's it.
You know?
That's it.
And that's rare to come by.
Matter of fact, I mean, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
spirit
bring it
moves.
out, bro.
Hey, like the
Bring it
scripture said, the spirit moves like the wind.
That's right.
You know? And that's all right. Because that's the Lord wants to bring these things out.
Right. Bring it out.
We just vessels.
That's right.
You know? This is the book of Sirach. To back the brother up. Sirach chapter 2, verse 5. It says, for gold is tried in the fire,
That's right.
and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
That's right. So the furnace of adversity is trouble, man. You know? Just like, look, prime example. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
That's it.
We brought that out a couple weeks ago. Now what? They was literally thrown in the fire, man. Literally.
Literally fire.
Thrown in the fire, man. Now we're being in the fire. This fire that we going through is hell, man. You know? You got put up with these women talking crazy to you. Child support, disrespectful children, man. You know? You being from a king all the way down back to the bottom level, man. Then you got your people running around here all out of control, you know? Not knowing who their God is and all that, serving all these different other gods, man. That's hell, man. And then on top of that, you're underneath your enemy, man. He's in control. He's in control of you, man.
That happy wife, happy
That's
life
right.
spirit. That's
Man, that's bullshit. You know? And that's and when you want to try something, then you gotta burn it. When you want to try to find gold, what you gotta do? You have to burn it. And yo, I was reading something when the woman was like, when they was reading the scripture, whatever, that she actually went to a jeweler, right, and had him just watch it. And she was like, yo, how do you know when the gold is like, it's purified? It's finally purified. He was like, oh, that's easy. Because I can see my image in it. You know? And I'm like, God damn. So the Lord is doing the same thing with us, man. He's going to try us until he see his image in us, man. You know?
That's it.
Beautiful.
And that's then what? The only people's going to be like that is the elect, man. And then you're going to have the 1/3. You
And
know?
then say we are made in his image.
That's right, come.
So we emulating Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
So he said, well, follow me.
That's right. And that's the whole purpose of shaving off that old man.
That's right.
Because we die daily every day, man. You know? Living in this place is retarded, man. Everything goes against the Lord. That's the anti-Christ is talking about, man. You know? Got it, brother.
Anti-Yahweh Shai.
Yo, Khan, that's right.
And you got many quote-unquote anti-Christ.
That's right, Khan. Yo, your government is an
You know?
anti-Christ. Because everything they do. And then, yo, that's how slick these devils is, man. Because they got to put, yes, but they got the nerve to put on the back of the dollar in God we trust. But what God are you talking about, man? You know? Because it's a lot of gods on this planet, man. Because the word God just means power. And going to Hebrew is Allah. Power, that's all it means, man. He got a name, man. Word, bro.
Real quick, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die,
That's right.
but the third shall be left therein.
So what's that? That's a lot of death. What we was just talking about, man. And who's that? And 2/3 is talking about Israel, man. 2/3 of you Israelites that's out, and that's a lot of you niggas, man. The Lord is going to kill y'all niggas, man. Why? Because you hard-headed, you don't want to turn back to him. But hey, man, that's a good thing. Because now you're going to come back in the kingdom in your right mind, man. But right here, you guys suffer death by pain, man. And that's called getting chastised. Because the 2/3, they don't understand this. But somebody dies, you're like, oh my God, man, God. You don't even understand he's not in pain no more. He's with the Most High, man. You know, and that's mercy from the Lord because now he's back in his right mind. He knows he's an Israelite. He knows the truth. He knows he's doing is waiting to come back in the kingdom. People don't understand reincarnation. They think that's some bullshit. You know? But let Esau tell you that they'll believe all that, man. You know?
Verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire.
There it go, the fire. It's like, got it.
It says, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. It says, they shall call on my name, and I will heal them, and Salakia, I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God.
See that? Now that's the Lord. That's us returning back to the Lord.
Yep.
Right? But who's the ones doing that now? And the Lord is saying, yo, the elect, the 1/3, those are my people right now. Why? Because they're the ones that's really calling on his name. Ain't nobody else here calling on his name, man. Yo, you even have 2/3 that know that they're Israelites, man. And call on the name. And then, matter of fact, they be saying a Shia. So, yo, that's a 2/3 mentality, man. Because you really don't get, the name wasn't fully given to you yet.
But
You
hey,
know?
the Lord is not supping.
That's right, cut. And
Scripture
that's
say-
a scary thing, man.
The scripture say, many are called, few are
That's
chosen.
right. No, that's crazy. I think.
So
I
just
was
so
meant to
you
take it
have-
up early. Right, bro.
No, I was gonna say just because you have, because I did a video on a woman with the altercation she had with the centurion, with the law enforcement, and she was handcuffed, and she tried to bite him. That's not just because you have fringes. Just because you're wearing fringes and you know you're an Israelite, that doesn't mean you're gonna be saved.
Right.
You know?
That
His
wasn't-
shirt got a shield that says full force. and what we call the shield of faith.
That's right. Yep.
Because that's what you gotta have. Trust, have faith in the Lord. We're not out here taking matters into our own hands. You know?
On the whole army.
Yes, sir.
And yo, when that woman bit the cop, that wasn't smart.
The scriptures say we're supposed to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove.
And it also tells you in the book of Job that she wasn't parted with wisdom. She ain't getting no wisdom, man. You know, so they think that, yo, okay, I'm an Israelite, yeah, God got me this. Nah, man, because you out of order. And then we don't even know how the situation happened. But now, and it tells you, but you brought the scripture out in the video, when it says, agree with our adversary, you know, when he's in the way because he has the power to put you in jail and all that. That's why, and then she was going against the sword, man. That's the Lord's sword. So obviously that was your judgment. For whatever you doing or whatever you going off on, that was your judgment because you got socked.
Yo,
And could any of them Israelites, could any of them Israelites around save her? None of them did nothing. All they did was film it. Oh man, you doing this and this and that. Nah, you supposed to trust in the Lord, man, with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, man.
That's right.
You know? And that's why what the scriptures tell you, what you said earlier, if a man's ways pleases the Lord, even his enemies will be at peace with him. You know? And a man go for a woman too. Because you gotta please your man, that's pleasing the Lord. You know? Being in order is pleasing the Lord. Just like that woman came here, she was a fucking demon, man. Grabbed the brother's sword and shit. I'm looking at her like, yo, man, the fuck? Then you go and turn the scriptures and try to, this is some bitch, shut the fuck up. You don't got no business even saying nothing. That's why I went to 1 Timothy on the ass. Then you trying to move over and get all close to us. Yo, stay the fuck over there. You don't need none of them spirits on us, man. And that's how them demons move. They move through touching. They want to touch you, man. You know? And that's why we out here to warn our people and to teach them. And you see now what her ass, she turned right away and walked up. And she came up here trying to entice a man. Because you can see her whole fucking pussy print in the goddamn shorts, man. Who the fuck she thought she was going to teach anything? And that's the pride of these women, man. And that's why that woman got her head knocked the fuck off. Because them women, them Israelite women that's in those churches and those different camps and stuff, they do the same shit. And that causes confusion, man. Even with Tazadak church, those women up in there, they running shit. They think this is the goddamn Christian church. This ain't no Christian church, man. This is the truth. This is real life, man. This is crazy. But now, when all hell breaks loose, and these Roman centurions is running everywhere raping these bitches, then you're going to want to come running to a man. You ain't going to try to control the men. You ain't going to do none of that. You're going to want to get in order. Just let me be called by your name. Hey, man, they prideful as hell, man. And you got your head covered, but you dressed provocative.
Right.
That's confusion.
Got something, bro?
Let's have that example.
Hey, how you feeling now when I first?
Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Hey, real quick, the brother just ended it off speaking about confusion. And the brother brought the scripture out speaking about coming down in the dust. Because this place is nothing but confusion. And that's what Babylon means. In, I believe in Latin and Greek, meaning confusion. You know? Exactly. All one lane, you could do whatever you want. You know, the man could be over, the woman could be over the man. Children will over you. You know? And all we bringing up, all the scriptures bring out is righteous order.
That's right.
You know? You go to work, there's a certain protocol. There's a certain order. Even in sports, there's a certain order. There's a lot of things that, because the scriptures say that all things be done decently and in order. You know? So when you're out of order, what does that mean? That means you're going against what the scriptures say. From the smallest matter to the greatest. You know? And that's why you got to thoroughly examine yourself. You know? Because all scripture is given by inspiration of God for rebuke, for correction, you know, for order's sake, right? To bring you back into your right mind. You know? With how to treat your household. Everything, man. Everything. You know, even nature is in order. The seasons, the earth is in order. You know? What you got it, bro?
This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Right? So I said virgin first, and then it made mention of tender and delicate. Because this place, everybody want to come here, has always been considered what? The land full of milk and honey, where you can make a living and be a porn star if you want to. You could be a fucking this guy if you want to. Look at this. You know? That's confusion. If you could see it on camera, it will rob you. You know?
That's the Miller. That's the
And
Miller.
that image, it looks like our shower, but it's not.
That's Miller Casa.
Sorry, so yeah. But you could be a Muslim. You could be genderless if you want. You know? You got trends teaching in schools now.
No, that's crazy.
To kids, because that's where they get you when you're first born. You know? So even Esau knows. Let's train them out to our philosophy when they're kids. You know? But on the left-hand side.
Nah, but like, yo, you got, it's a thing called, it's these people that go to zoos and have sex with the animals. Now, and they, they eat them right. But now, they're looking for sympathy from the LGBTQXYZ community, you know? But these things were already spoken of back in the beginning, man. These things are already written. And they did what was written aforetime for learning for understanding. So these things happened back then, they're going to happen now. But this time it's at an all-time high, man. You know? And the Lord going to destroy you, niggas.
And America's referred to as a virgin because they never really been through a climatic change as far as getting hit by a big-ass atomic bomb. Just like how they do over there in the Middle East all the time. And they want to say they terrorists. But that's why I said they're not going to be no more called tender and delicate. Because these other troops is going to run down on America like a whore. Like when you go to war, you got spoiled. You know? You kill the man, you take their gold, their silver, you take their animal. No, you kill the animals. Fuck that. You kill the animals, but you take their spices, and you take their women and spoil you. Just like they did to us, so shall it be done unto you. And that's righteous indignation. You know, that's something called payback. You know, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. You know?
That's real reparation.
That's real reparation, exactly. And that's when Yahweh Shai is going to come and restore the righteous kingdom as it is in heaven, so shall it be done on earth. That's real restoration as well. You know?
That's right.
Because that's, man. That's the day we're waiting for. Like the scriptures say, two woes. Matter of fact, I'll get that out to you, Lord. It speaks about the 3 worlds war. And you even got a man called Albert Pike, which is a warlock that spoke about World War III. And he's on the left-hand side. He conjures up spirits and demons. But bring that
This
out.
is Zephaniah, to back up what you just said. This is Zephaniah chapter 1, starting at verse 11.
Good.
It says, "How ye inhabitants of Mektesh, for all the merchant people are cut down. All they that bear silver are cut off. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lease."
Hey, the Lord's doing that now. He's having us be his light. Because what? We in the land of the valley of the shadow of death. So everything is darkness here. Talking spiritually, these people's minds is darkness. They can't see. They stagger. So when all hell breaks loose, they not gonna know what to do.
That's right.
You know, but we got the light. We got that light, man. You know, which is this word, because it's exposing. You know, when you turn on the light in a. You ever been? When I was young in my mom's house, you turn on the light, all the roaches scatter. These people scatter. If the spirit's not in you, you're gonna scatter from this light. But if the Lord's supper with you, you're gonna come into that light. You know, like they say, follow the light. Yeah, follow this light. Don't follow it till your ass is dead. About to die. You know what I mean? Follow the light while you follow this light. That's why I said, yo, the spirits is out today. Wow. So I said, seek the Lord while you make your family.
It says,
She don't even make sense talk, man.
it says that say in their heart, Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil. Therefore their goods shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. That was it. Like you said about the booty. And that's what the Lord did. That's what's about to happen in the house of Esau. You know? For all their pride, the violence against their brother, you know, Jacob.
That's it.
You know? And these other nations are starting, they're going to be the ones that do it, man.
Yep.
Wow, you got China right now talking heavy, man. Yo, the president of China told America, if they, for the sanctions and everything, if they make a move, they're going to be met with an iron wall, man. And they're talking about the missiles, man. An iron wall. They're talking about bloodshed. It's going to be bloodshed, man. Because America owes China all that money. You look at the USA debt clock. Constantly going up. Constantly. You think they're not coming to collect? Why you think? Then that's how you know when the economy is about to collapse, because they give out all this money, man. They was giving all these stimulus checks, and these niggas so retarded. You know, they thinking that they doing them a favor. No, they're collapsing the economy, man.
Yeah, that's it. Even raising the minimum wage.
Yeah, exactly. That's collapsing the economy, man.
That's getting these people comfortable.
That's right.
Because Russia, I'm not sure. I believe I sent you an article. Russia, they're leaving that $180 billion of American dollars and going to the euro with China because they're tired of getting hit with sanctions all the time for every small thing. So there you go. You know, and that's why they're in a race with the whole digital currency.
Just like they was in the arms race. You know?
Yeah.
The same too, America and Russia. You know?
It was a space force.
That's right. They was at the arms race, the space, and with America, they lied and said that they made it to the moon first. You know? So these other countries is already hip to Esau's shit. What I got to set about
Jump around like the house of Fema. Hey, that's all through the spirit. Because we up here in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? We're not up here just rambling and we don't care what you people want to hear. It's about what the Lord wants us to bring out. That's it.
Here it goes. This is Habakkuk chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 3.
Bring it up.
It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, and it will not tarry. One day he gonna fly, but just not none. You know? But it says, behold, his soul which is lifted.
And if I make mention, you got a lot of people saying, oh, well, there's always been a family. there's always been war. We've always been in captivity, which is true. They're not lying, but that's what makes them move away from their power, losing patience, not wanting to suffer for the Lord no more, taking the easy way out. But now, it's happening in the scale. That nigga don't even know what to do with himself.
That's the same one.
Yeah, that's why I said that. He just went around. But yo, that just made me lose my train of thought. That's what that is. But that shows, with the entirety, right? Because people come up to us, oh, we've been hearing about that. Okay, whatever. But now, you got people actually with the RFID chip. You got what? Those are the last 2 years.
Yo, I swear they do that shit on purpose. I'm telling you. Yo, I swear they do that on purpose. That's like they look over here and then they hit the gas because we out here teaching the word.
Hey, the brother said.
Yeah,
That's
so that's the
confirmation.
spirit. That's confirmation. Because it's like, yo, shoot, like they look right over here. You know? But then one day they going, wish they heard this, man.
Yo, because they do that purposely when they see women around too.
Yeah, come on.
Trying to show off.
That attention they want is coming from. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is up. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Yea, also, because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell.
Because that's a lot, man. You know that for somebody that doesn't know, that's a lot right there. So that's talking about these elites. They're proud men. They've always been traveling to different countries, taking their, and making them transgress by their philosophies, which is considered by wine. Because when somebody drinks a lot of wine, they're drunk. So when you consume a lot, just case in point, these kids that want to be professionals, that want to be engineers and doctors, look at them with their ties, so petite. They're drunk, spiritually, but they don't even know it. They are transgressed by who? The transgressor. You know what I'm saying? Because they consume every word that he says. But yeah, that's what they want. They want everybody to be in agreement under their trees, under their banks, international banks, under their currency, for that full control, because that's what they're going to do with that chip. You know? So, and what? He's a proud man. They said what? Oh, going back to what it say, the spirit is not upright anyway. Show it even in Genesis, but he sorted out with tears. No, he sorted with tears because showing they can't confess. They can't repent. There's no repenting. You know? The only thing that's in it for them, the only cleansing process is by fire. And that's too easy because they got to go into captivity. And then after that captivity, that's it. There's not going to be no more Edomites in a physical form. There's not going to be no more, as Malcolm X said, a pale face. The pale man. You know? Because that's who he is. He likes pigmentation. You know? And that's all through the scriptures they got that from. Because the book of they get that from the scriptures. Even though he was pushing their whole Muslim agenda, they were getting those things from the scriptures. You know?
Yeah, like, Malcolm X, he did the dry bones, right? He went into that.
Yeah.
And he was on point. You know? But you send that to a Muslim now, they'll look at you like you're crazy. When the man was speaking the truth, and where he get that from, man? He had to get it from Abba Bivens, man. Because they was around in the same time.
Oh, if I may add, Babakasha, I just seen recently an interview with Malcolm X. And he called him love. I'm not even gonna lie. The dude was smart. He knew something.
He was smart.
He said that Elijah Muhammad was not and did not consider himself a prophet. That was his own words. He said he was nothing but a messenger. And he was explaining how everybody through generations on down was named after their last names was given by the slave owners. So that way we don't know who we spread from. Because you got the house of this, the house of the elites. They go what? The house of Rothschild, the house of Windsor, going back to the England, the house of this. But what about us?
And yo, it's actual records. When we came here on the soil, I saw the document, and it was the names that was on it. It was the men, the women, and the children, and every last single name on it was a Hebrew name, man. Was a Hebrew name, you know. And it said the age of the child, the sex of the child, all that, man. So that's another way you know that them devils know who the hell we are, man. Because they can't, there were certain things you can't hide. The Lord, though, you got to search these things out, you know? So if you want to know something, that's why I said you looking for the truth, man. Seeking ye shall find, man. Because if you seeking, the Lord's going to put the Spirit on you to dig for it, and He's going to give it to you. Right. It says, what haven't the elect obtained, man? You know? What haven't they obtained that they searched for? Because the Lord gave it to them, and all these things come out, man. All these things. Now that's how you know we Israelites. Now we got our Hebrew names back. Esau is mad about that. They fucking flaming right now. How these niggas know that? These dumbass niggas that was sagging their pants years ago. We had them in derision. What the hell happened?
Right. And it ain't of us, it's of Yahweh.
That's right. That's
I got
right.
a precept for that.
Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 18.
Good.
And therefore will Yahweh wait, that he may be gracious unto you.
That's right.
And therefore will he be exalted, that he may have mercy upon you. For Yahweh is a power of judgment.
That's right.
Blessed are all they that wait for him.
See that? And it's all about patience, man. Waiting on the Lord. And he's doing all this to show his power, man. That's it, man. That's it. He want to show his power. But see, a nigga that can't wait, that's because he's just patient. He wants to show the power that he thinks that he has. You know? That's an arrogant, powerful ass nigga, man. You know? With no order in his body, man. That's why these niggas go, they get their feelings hurt. They want to go grab a gun and go bang a nigga down. Yo, ain't nobody gonna disrespect me. Man, they spit on Yahweh Shah. They punched on Yahweh Shah. They pumped Yahweh Shah. And what he had to do, he had to take it for prophecy's sake. That's why what did he do? He had to be patient and he had to wait. So when he comes back, that's why I told you in Isaiah the 47th chapter, he's not going to meet you as a man. He's not going to meet you as a man. And with that saying, you just read that one more time, Baba Bashar, as it said, the Lord Yahweh is about judgment, man.
Come. The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 18. And therefore will Yahweh wait, that he may be gracious unto you.
So he's waiting to be gracious unto you, man. He could do what he wants. If he wanted to have mercy on all Israel right now, he'd do it, man. But obviously you niggas ain't deserving of it, man. So what he doing, he waiting. Patiently waiting for a track to explode on that 50 cent. He's waiting. He's a man of patience. And that's why we have to be just like that. Like if you was in a boxing match, you get hit real hard. Boom! You like, oh shit, this shit hurt. Now you have to be patient to get your hit back. Because if you try to go off real fast, you're gonna get knocked the fuck out, man. And that's patience. Why you think Floyd, when them niggas get hit, they might grab him, hold on, try to get their composure back up, and then fill them out again. You know? That's being patient, man.
And also patience is the word for suffering.
That's right, yo, cut.
Because like you said, Yahweh Shah, even when he was on the flesh, he had to patiently wait, and he had to suffer. Just like when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane, right before the centurions was gonna come and take him to persecute him. He prayed to Yahweh 3 times. You know, but he had to drink of that cup. Just like how we have to suffer and wait, you know, and go through these things. You know, because you're not going to be built if you don't suffer. You know, you're not going to be built up and tried if you don't go through those trials and tribulations. We all had to go through it, from our forefathers on down. You know?
Now, how much more Yahweh suffered? Because he created all this, man. So you think he's not vexed, like, damn, I said I gotta do it. So he's suffering as well, man.
He said vengeance burneth in his heart. So he's waiting for that vengeance.
Word, bro.
And therefore will he be exalted, that he may have mercy upon you. For Yahweh is a power of judgment.
That's right, he's a power of judgment. And what he about to do, he about to judge this place, man. Like he always did. Yo, you had Sodom and Gomorrah. Yo, Rome, all those places were judged, man. You know? But this right here is the ultimate judgment coming, man. This, yo, it ain't gonna be no judgment. You ain't never gonna see no judgment like this ever again, man. Because it's gonna be epic, man. You know? What's up, bro? You know? It's gonna be epic, man. That's why this says a time since never there was a nation. People gotta really sit and meditate on that, man. You mean we about to go into a time like that? So you don't know what the hell to expect, man. Then you got what? The fire that was in the Gulf or something. There was a fucking fire in the water, man. You know, and they did. It was a I want to say, I think it was South Park or something like that. They did the same exact scenario, man. With the water on fire and all that. I'm talking about to the T. But then what they had after that, it was sea monsters coming out jacking the people up. So who knows if they woke up Leviathan or whatever. Because there's creatures that's about to hit this planet that you never saw a figure a day in your life, and they always existed. No? But these niggas, you got niggas scared of mice, man. I seen grown men run and jump on shit when they saw the house, man. So how much more when you see Leviathan, man? Men's heart is gonna fail. They're gonna drop dead when they see that shit. A fire-breathing animal. You ain't never seen no shit like that.
That's what they get Godzilla.
Exactly. These niggas, man, they're gonna do more than shit on themselves. You know? And yo, that's judgment. That's why the Lord's going to bring the ultimate judgment to right here in Babylon. Because this is the most ultimate wicked place. Last week, it wasn't nothing. Actions into your own hands, you a fool, man. And the Lord, yo, you gonna get exactly what you're looking for, man. You know? But you got men like yo, I forgot what group it was, but this dude, he brought a gun to camp, and they showed it on the live. I'm like, God damn. He ran and grabbed his gun. His gun right here. So that's a man. He's not trusting in Yahweh by Yahweh side. He's trusting in Esau's blessing. And he could have been a fucking agent, man. And that's the only way, and that's how they're going to try to infiltrate, man. You know?
See, them niggas is simple. They read about the sword and our forefathers.
Yup.
But we not in that time.
That's right. Yo, man.
Like,
yo.
That's just, like my nigga Most Def said, that's simple mathematics.
And Sakari, them Jews, they the major ones. Yeah, they the major ones. I was talking about, it says in the scripture I was supposed to sell my garment for a sword. All right, bro. Go ahead, handle your business. know? You do have brothers that have firearms in their houses, you know? But they're not dependent on that. We're dependent on the Lord. Me personally, I don't own none of that shit. I don't need it.
Yeah, fuck that.
My gun is in the sky, man. And when it comes back, man, you ain't busting back at that. That shit gonna destroy you, man. That's what the scripture said earlier. He gonna shoot at you. You know? That's that concentrated heat, man. You coming for this place.
In fact, that's in that in Second Ezra, where it speaks about how he's gonna shoot his swords and shall not miss. That's in Second Ezra. I forget what verse it is. I'm gonna bring this out real quick. Job, chapter 19, verse 29. It says, "Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment." So the sword, that proves that when things happen, that's the judgment. So when a child is born with Down syndrome, when a nigga get hit by a car, when somebody dies in the hospital, or a building collapses, all that is the judgment of the Lord. Because a sword could come in many ways, from a gun to a virus, to a fever, to even dying in your sleep. You know? Because every soul has their time to go back to the Father. You're only chilling in the flesh for a period of time. You know? And I'm going to jump up a little bit to 25. Job 19 and 25, it says, "For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy his body, yet in my flesh shall I see God." So it says, my Redeemer liveth. So he's the one that's going to redeem who? His elect. You can't redeem yourself. It says that he shall stand in the latter day upon the earth. You know? Scriptures tell you in Ecclesiastes that how they saw earth and judgment was there.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
This is the place of judgment, man. All wickedness happens here. This is hell. People burn here. People die here. People get raped, murdered, everything, you name it. It all happens here. You know? That's why this is going to be that lake of fire. Not in the middle of the earth where your spirit. Look, that don't even make sense, because when you die, your flesh don't go with you. Niggas think when you die, you go to hell and your flesh burns. When you die, your flesh go back to the earth. You ain't gonna take it with you and burn for eternity. That doesn't make any sense. Hell is a state of condition. Jonah considered the belly of that fish. He considered that hell. You know, being in the belly of the beast. Because he thought that's it for him. You know?
That's where that statement comes from.
That's it. And then in the word hell, in the Hebrew goes to grave. That's all it means.
Yeah, the pit.
That's it.
Grave with a pit. Then you got, and then another reason why it don't make sense, because your spirit is complete energy. You can't burn complete energy. You know what I'm saying? How the hell you gonna burn energy? That's fucking crazy. And your flesh, and the even prove it, with Sodom and Gomorrah. All the heat that caught, it's not still burning. You know? Because it comes to a time where the elements get burnt so much they can't burn no more. You know? And your flesh is not capable of burning forever. And like you said, hell, you have people They just died over there in Jersey and Mercer County. A whole family down there died in a fucking fire. You know? Grandmother and grandchildren. And I think the youngest child was like not even a year old yet. Not even a year old. It was going on a year. You know? But I said that to say this real quick and bring that up. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. Because you mentioned something about it. It said, the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. You know? So when like you mentioned about judgment and all these different judgments, yo, the Lord is doing those things. And these people, they don't understand judgment. That's why they cry. And of course, it's natural when somebody passes away, you're going to get upset. Especially if you're close to them. But when you understand it, it should make it that much more comfortable. Because you know where they at. You know? But these Jays, they go fucking crazy. You know?
And yeah, and then you get emotionally attached. That's natural. Because the Lord got emotions.
That's right.
And they be like, oh, you acting, well, the Lord got emotions. We wouldn't be who we are in the reflection of the Lord if we didn't have emotions. Because the Lord gets angry.
That's right.
The Lord is happy.
Yeah.
Tells you the angels rejoice for one sinner that repented. So even the angels are rejoicing. Yahweh Shah said what vengeance, but so all those are all emotions. And then, like the brother said, you got a better understanding of where they at. Because you got niggas that you're a nigga your whole life. Then you die, they're like, oh, he's in heaven.
Right.
That never made sense.
Now he's a good man.
Such a good boy.
Yo, the pastor preaching, he was a good man. But yo, and that's funny because coming up as a kid, right? Yo, I had a son of my cousin. So I grew up knowing them as that. Then going to church, they're like, yeah, man, you can't be like this because you going to hell. That's all I heard, you going to hell, but he's going to hell for that. Now, I remember the day he passed away in the hospital. They called the family up there. So my mom and my aunt was talking. They was like, yo, you think so-and-so made it? And they looked at each other. And my aunt was like, yeah, I think he made it into heaven. And I looked at her like, what? Well, yo, if that's the case, on the church's logic, I never ever once heard nobody when somebody died in church say he went to hell, man.
So a pedophile can make it.
Exactly. Like, yo, even these little gangbanging niggas, you know, then you read the obituary, yo, he gave his life to Jesus at a young age. He made it. Yo, get the fuck out of here, man. The logic of these Christians is retarded, man. Like, and yo, and you know that's some old slave doctrine, and it's all it's designed to do is just to keep you scared, man. Keep you scared and fear and giving them your money.
Just to land back on the brother and talking about the wickedness
Yeah,
in this world. 1 John chapter 5 and 19. And we know that we are of Yahweh, and the whole world lieth in wickedness.
And that's why they gotta be judged. That's you gotta suffer the repercussions. You can't just go around doing whatever you want, however you want. It doesn't work that way. You know, the scriptures tell you that obedience is as a sin of witchcraft.
That's right,
So you're not following the protocols and the blueprint that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua laid out. Then what are you doing? Huh? What? If you're not if you're disobeying, yeah. Disobedience is the sin of witchcraft. You know, pardon me. But just that, I want to bring this out real swift.
But yo, that's real quick, brother.
That goes into the spirit.
Yeah, because it said the whole world is in wickedness, man.
That's the globe.
Exactly. So what world is that talking about? You know, this world that we're living in, man. This society is all wicked, man. You know, and yo, that's how you know the scriptures is on point to the T. Right. It tells you everything you need to know. You know, even our people that live in this world is wicked, man. That's why they gotta get cut off and die. You know?
This is the book. I saw under the Salaki. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. Now, what's under the sun?
This place where we at.
The earth. Right?
Yo, that's them saying the place of judgment, yo. That's all over. But mainly it's right here, Babylon, man.
This is where everything stems
That's
from.
right, huh? And then,
Well,
yo,
the nation of Esau, Edom.
yo, and this place right here is all about judgments, man.
Yup.
The Lord is constantly judging, man. There's a lot of different judgments that hit this place, man.
Yo, you could get judged for a good deed too.
Yeah, Con, that's right.
It's not always something bad,
That's right. That's right.
you know, because you could be rewarded,
Con,
you know.
that's right.
I'm a judge of righteousness. Look at King Solomon, man,
Yeah,
with the two women.
Con. Yo, that was.
But like Paul said, through craftiness, I've caught you with guile.
Mhm.
King Solomon used craftiness and caught the women with guile that was lying,
Yup. Yup.
and delivered the baby to the hands of the actual mother.
Yup.
Oh, I'm gonna slice him in half.
Con. That was some
That's
shit.
Yikwa. That's you know what I mean? But what? He also has wisdom, using righteous judgment.
Yup.
You know? Because the woman was judged wickedly, but on the flip side, you had another woman that was judged for righteousness. Why? Because he gave the baby back. Like, yo, here, hold it. You know?
And he dealt with a lot of women.
That was
So he knew their emotions and all that. Because he knew damn well when you go and tell a mother,
That was your
I'll
house.
cut the baby in half. The real mom, nope. Let's give her the baby. I don't want my baby to die. But the one that don't care, she's like, I don't give a fuck. Give me that half then. You know what I'm saying? That's mine. You know? Any mother in their right mind, they're not going to do no shit like that.
he knew they would rather have their child live.
Yeah, just so the child's life is spared. Even if they can't have the baby, they just want the baby to live.
Yo, and when he brought out a sword,
Yeah, God.
well, not
Yo.
but he mentioned it.
Yeah, but
Because, yo,
That's-
also a sword is a judgment
That's
upon
right.
children.
that's a tool of judgment.
For what? For the sins of their
That's
parents.
right, God.
Because we suffer the sins of our forefathers.
Which is us.
You know what I'm saying? Coming back, right?
Huh?
You know? That's why when you have children, you know, they
Hey,
got
yo, it's a lot. And that's something that a lot of these niggas can't get, man. It's like, yo, how you gonna die for another man's sin? Dumbass, that was you. You know? Whatever you was doing in your past life, you right here doing it again in this life. The iniquities of your forefathers, your fathers. So you still getting judged, man. You know? Until what? We get into the kingdom. Then we ain't gonna die no more. We're not gonna sin anymore. So the judgment for Israel, we gonna be the ones judging.
the other nations.
Yeah, right.
Israel, we ain't gonna go
We're
over.
gonna be a perfect priests, princes, kings, rulers, man. Everything is gonna be in our inward. That's what the Lord said He was gonna do. Write His laws, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts, so we won't go off of it.
Come. Let me start from the top. Verse 16, Ecclesiastes 3 and 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. Right? So I'm going to get another one to back that up in Ecclesiastes as well. 12 and 7.
Wickedness is here.
That's right.
Wickedness is here.
That's right. You know what? I'm done with that. You got something? You got something? I just said, get on where it says that Esau slayed them for the iniquity of their fathers. Roughly paraphrasing. I know it's in Isaiah 14. I just don't know what
Oh,
piece.
no, you talking about prayer slaughter for his
Prepare
children?
slaughter for his children. It's like I said it. But then it says for the iniquity.
Yeah.
Because that just shows that, yo, the Lord don't forget. It says in Ecclesiastes, the same book I read, that the Lord requires that which is past. The Lord requires that which is past. Understand that. That's vengeance. Every man wants vengeance some way, somehow, right? Because why? Because he remembers. Oh, I remember what you did, nigga. But see, we waiting for the vengeance of the Lord.
I know what you did that summer.
You know? Because our niggas be like, yeah, I forgive, but I don't forget. You know? You get locked up with a nigga. Be like, damn, y'all remember, yeah. Nigga, you still owe me $20. Damn, you still remember that? Yeah, when I won that basketball game.
No, that's some
So
nigga
you
shit.
think, and that's in the flesh of men. So what more the Lord? Because when we come back, we still got to deal with the judgment that we did in our past life. So the Lord ain't forget that, man. And he damn sure didn't forget what Esau did and still doing to this day. Still doing to this day. That's why I said, to them that pierce, all eyes shall see, and even them that pierced him. Because what? They came back. See, niggas don't people, stop using that word. People don't understand the concept of reincarnation. Everything, cities, because yo, if spirits reincarnate, don't you think they're gonna manifest their works? You know? Through their actions, right? Because I mean, even with the infrastructure of society, you know? What you got, brother?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21.
Good.
Prepare slaughter for his children
I knew
for
it
the
was.
iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Prepare slaughter for the iniquities of their fathers. And what's wrong with that? You know? They, to this day, they still killing and robbing and sending out people into prison houses. To this day, we still in captivity. So what's wrong with having them as slaves? You know? What's wrong with having slaves? What's a king without slaves? Servants. We servants are, don't you gotta go to work to eat, like the scriptures say? If you don't work, you're gonna be homeless. You know? Because even in the ancient times, ain't nobody was homeless, man. They to the scale of, because back then they were still able to eat and shit. But now it's just getting worse.
You got the house showers. You know?
Yeah, they didn't have a home. Yeah, come.
But you're right, because you had the welfare system. That's where they get their whole welfare system from, they get it from us. Because whatever grew on the trees and fell off on the ground, that was for the poor. They could just come through, pick it up and eat it. You know? But now Esau, they don't do that here. Whatever, that's why they're known as the waster, because whatever they don't use, they throw that shit out.
Yeah, yo, damn.
With the restaurants and all that.
That's right. And yo, you can get fines if over there in LA. You got a garden, backyards. You want to grow your own fruits and vegetables.
Wow.
They fine you for that shit. Yo, somebody got fined for collecting rainwater.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yo, so like you said in the car, they gonna charge you in the air. That's your Yo, you know in China, they actually sell cans of fresh air.
Yeah, yo. And you know what? That's funny as hell.
Maybe at 6,
Because, it was an actual cartoon. It was a movie where the dude was actually packaging air. That was his hustle. And he was telling people,
That was his hustle.
yeah, but yo, he was rich. Like, yo, he was an Edomite dude. He like everything. They was living in like this society where it was like a bubble and a big ass wall around the society. But everything looked real nice. Now when you go outside of that, yo, everything was fucked up.
Oh,
Yeah, yo, growing, but they had this one little bubble to make everybody think everything around them was cool. And that's where he started selling the air. Because he made them believe if they left from inside that facility or that little society, that they would die because they needed that air.
What was that from?
I feel it was a movie. It was a kid's movie. But I just remember them selling the air. Then I saw actual, I think it was
There was a commercial like that.
I think it was the dude Future. When he was over
Yup.
there.
I
It
know,
was
you didn't
Future.
say that.
And
Yeah.
he was over there, I want to say over there in China, or somewhere
Yeah.
over there. And the dude was like, yeah, we got bottled air.
Yeah,
And he was like, what? Bottled air? He was like, yeah. He was like, yo, taste this. I said, yo.
Yo, that shit cost flat.
Yeah, yo, man, Esau is crazy.
Yo, that's real shit.
No, and that's, but see, they put all these things in movies and stuff like that, just to show you. And that's how they really want to do things. They really trying to control everything, every aspect of your life. They want to.
And that reminded me when you mentioned how they had the bubble. That reminded me of how they trying to bring out these smart cities.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah.
Damn, I lost my train of thought.
Smart cities.
But because they blame it on climate change,
Yeah.
which the climate always changes. That's why you got the fucking seasons, you idiot.
Yeah.
But no,
But they say,
things are getting worse, or it's heating up.
Yeah,
Nigga, so stop destroying. Look, they destroy the ozone layer with hard, right? Then with the chemtrails, right? That's why the birds is dying. Then they pollute the water. That's why the fish and the sea animals is washing up on shore. That's why you got all these sinkholes and mudslides now, because of this fucking concrete suffocating the earth. You know? And excuse my French, excuse my Sanskrit. But they're the ones that's destroying it. That's why the scriptures say, destroy him that destroyeth the earth in the book of Revelation. You know? Because even the earth is mourning.
oh, that's what
The trees is calling unto the Lord like, Lord, hurry up.
It's called global warming. That's what
Yeah, that bullshit. Yo, if you believe in that, you might as well believe in the Big Bang.
and little green
He said, "What that?"
little green men on them channels. If you believe that bullshit. But now I had a swiffer free back here from earlier, going back into like the reincarnation and stuff like that. This is Revelation chapter 1 and 7. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so be it. You know?
No.
So that's going to what? The reincarnation. Because how the hell, that was over 2,000 years ago. So how the same spirits back here again, you know, those that pierced them, that means they was right there, they pierced them. And Yahweh Shah going to chase them niggas down personally. Right?
Hey, because Yahweh Shah knew, even when he was on the scene, he knew what spirit was what, who was who. That's why even when the prophets went up to him, you know, they were trying to discuss amongst themselves, are ye Elijah?
Yeah.
Are ye such and such?
He's like, who do you say I am?
Who do you say I am? Exactly. Because they knew how things come back. You know? I'm to back you up.
I got just more. Just a little bit
Oh, there's more than that? All right, I got you to back you up.
And this is the same what you just said.
Come
This is verse 8. It says, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending. Saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which is and which was and which is to come,
And which is
the
to come.
Almighty.
And that's who's coming? The Redeemer, like we read. Because to redeem something,
That's right.
like if somebody loses in a fight, bang, bang, boom, boom, alright, I lost. Now, you see him training, I'm coming to redeem myself.
Yeah.
Why? Because he's coming back to show off. You know? Alright, you got the best of me. Now I'm coming to redeem myself. He doesn't give up vengeance. You know? Because he's coming back. So what? The beginning, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. He was the first spirit ever created. Adam. You know? Then to come back. Right? Because what? He, with him and the angels created the earth. Which was us. Alahayim. The angels, plural. Right? The first spirit to come. And then the last spirit to end it. So the first one to create and the last one to end it. That's bad. The first one to start the book and the first one to shut the book. Because who was the one that was given the keys to reveal the 7 seals? Yahushua, man. So he started it and he's going to end it.
Like that song from them old pit. If it started defending, started with end. Yo, back you up. This Genesis chapter 1.
Wait, that's on the reading card.
Oh yeah.
I got a precise one.
Oh, I got another one.
I got a specific one in Daniel.
Oh, I got
12. Daniel 12. The point is at 13. I'm gonna start at 12. So Daniel 12. So this is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, going back precept on reincarnation. Daniel 12 and 12. Blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to thou, Slakia. Thou saying 305 and 30 days. Here's the point. But go thou thy way till the end be. Which is now, because when the scriptures speak about thy latter end, it's always referring to now, right? So it says, but go thou thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest, right? When you die, it says, and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. So you're going to stand in your lot at the end of those days when you come back. So if you was a wicked nigga back then, you're going to be a wicked nigga now. If you was a prophet back then in righteousness, you're going to be a prophet now. So those same individuals, the same spirit that was in the flesh back then, which is nothing but a shell, a vessel, that spirit is coming back now, because it speaks about every 3rd and 4th generation, the spirit comes back. And that's what regeneration means, you know? Regenerate something and it comes back. So that's where the word meaning I'm going to do it again, come back. So when something generates, it comes consistent.
So that's like that word reset. When you reset something, you start it over. You know? Check it out. Back you up on the reincarnation. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14, starting at verse 34. It says,
like when you say I had to rethink it, meaning you had to do it again. You know what I mean?
It says, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and 34. It says, therefore, if so be that you will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy. So it said, after death ye shall obtain mercy. So after the death, when you obtain mercy, what's that? That's when the Lord is giving you much judgment again. Because how you going to obtain mercy after death, man?
Right.
You know?
That's why children die. Kids die. They're not innocent. The Lord knew what they was going to grow up to be like, or what they did in their past life. So there's no one innocent that suffers death. You know?
We'll start it again from the top.
And, I mean, Yahushua had to do it off of prophecy. You know, but even his past life, he went on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to get it right.
He had to get it right. That's right. That's what King Solomon went on. You know what I'm saying?
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and 34.
Good.
It says, therefore, if so be that you will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy.
How would you have mercy after death? When you come back. Because your spirit don't die like the brother mentioned. Only your flesh does. that was your judgment from whatever spirit or whatever body your spirit was in back then. Or you think, because your spirit, you just coming in a new vessel. Like I believe animals, when they die, I believe they come back what? The same day or the next day. They may look different. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just a new body. That's all it is. Just like when Yahweh shall come back, or even, case in point, the dead, like the scripture said, Philippians, the dead in Yahweh shall rise first. That spirit is going to stay same, because their works do follow. Your works follow your spirit. But when they come back, they're coming back in a better body. If you for a better understanding. So, what is it? A celestial body. Immortal body. That's what we desire. Because our works always follow. So the scripture says things that was written before time was written by learning. So we can meditate on those things. But it say the thing that have been is now. The Lord requires that which is past, which is everything, really. Because like the brother likes to say, he's the father of all spirits, which is true. I believe you got that one. I got this. It's not, he got a word of regeneration in that etymology. It's not. You got it.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and 35. It says, "For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared." Whoa. And that tells you right there. After, I'm going to read it again. It says, "For after death shall the judgment come." So when you die, you go to the spirit world, like Ecclesiastes 12 and 7. It says, "Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit goes back to God who gave it." So I don't care what nationality you are, your spirit goes back to the Most High. Either you going to be on the right hand side or the left hand side. The Israelites going to be on the right, the other heathen nations go on the left hand side. You get your judgment, It says, "For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again." So it's telling you you're going to live again, man. And like you got the word regeneration, you're going to live again. You hit the reset button. You're coming back. That's like you moving. You already lived your age. So now it's time to come into a different age. Like moving from a different house. You move into a different house. Now you gotta occupy that. Because that's all these vessels are. They're like houses. Once your spirit leaves, the house is dead. It's done. It's nothing. There's no more light in it. And it goes back to the ground where it came from. So what? To fertilize the earth. This flesh is a part of the ground. That's it. Your spirit has come from the heavens, man. So that's the balance that the Lord has. It says, "Then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared." So the righteous, we're going to know who they are in the spirit world.
Said the works.
Damn, yeah. That's shit, that's so. And the ungodly, man, you want to know who they are too. You got the
This is the online etymology dictionary. Regeneration. Originally spiritual.
Spiritual.
Also of the resurrection.
And y'all on the resurrection, man. Never fail.
That's
Satan. It never fails.
Hey, but you need that,
No, it never fails.
That's the balance.
Let's see, we gotta give some time.
Online etymology dictionary. Regeneration. Originally spiritual. Also of the resurrection.
Let's see, the first thing, it goes right into it.
Yeah.
It says originally spiritual. Why? Because it's spiritual. Because it's talking about your spirit, man. You can't get around that. You know, it's no way possible that you're going to come back in that body. You know? And the Lord has bodies set up for you throughout the ages, man.
Hey, that's why even I mentioned earlier, if a kid is born Down syndrome, he had to do something more to deserve that in that body.
Sometimes they don't though. Just like the man that was at the blind man that was in front of the temple. And they asked, they was like, yo, yeah, who sinned? And Yahweh Shah was like, nobody. He said, this is done to show the glory of Yahweh. You know? But sometimes, a lot of times, yo, when you get in the jackal body, you might do something. But it's time, especially living in these times now, you know, the Lord got it set up where he got men set up and messed up bodies and all that, just so his men can heal them. Yeah, good, and that's going to show his power. Because look, wasn't Paul and them doing that? Paul, Peter, all the apostles, the disciples, they was going around, they was physically healing people. You know, because the Lord gave them that, you know, and there was certain, I forgot what demon it was that they couldn't cast out. And they was like, Lord, why we couldn't do that? You know, and he was like, it wasn't, but they didn't believe, and I believe it was something about fasting too, if I'm not mistaken. They was supposed to fast.
Through fasting and prayer.
That's it. Yep. Yeah. So now when they got it together.
Yeah, and that's a balance.
Right.
You either go through it through judgment,
right,
or you go through it, because the Lord could put you, I mean, look at me. The Lord put me in this body, either to humble me, obviously, and like that, some people are in wheelchairs so they can cry unto the Lord.
Yeah.
He'll put you through some shit just so you can be like, Lord, please, you know, get me out of this shithole.
Right, yeah.
You know, so yeah, I mean, come. That's it.
Just like you got the brother over there in Jersey, you know, and he became a diabetic. The brother was on the phone. You know, he went blind. You know, now he's starting to get his sight back and things like that. But he got to be on dialysis and all that, you know. But even with all that, that's the test. Just the same way like Job went through his little situation.
Well, he got boys and everything.
So, and Job, and that's my whole point. That's because that word coming. Right. Brother's going to some things. He's so like, hell no. They can't hear that.
Put them in packs.
Yeah, cut. And then. But see, like Job, right? Job was a perfect man. He was a just man. And just because Satan wanted to test him, you know, that's what he do. You know, but the Lord allowed that to happen. And then that was an example for us, because what we about to go through, you can lose everything. That's all it says, because you're really not losing it, and that's the importance of understanding reincarnation, man. The regeneration, because everything that Job lost, he got back tenfold. You know, and Job ain't do nothing wrong. Yo, he used to pray for his children and do the animal sacrifices for his children just in case he thought they went off. And they was one of the first ones to go. You know? He still kept his integrity. You know, there's some more in that, bro. I know it.
Yeah, they got it. Because you just started reading.
Yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
You just started. They went straight into it.
Yeah,
From late Latin, being born again.
Yeah, being born. And yo, now.
In late Latin.
Yeah, being born again.
Born again.
Right? So the Lord said now, you know, you gotta be born again. That's not actual reincarnation. You know, but like that's spiritually being born again, because you have to be retrained. You think everything. You know, when you come into this truth, man, you become a new creature. You're born again spiritually.
Right.
Because you don't think the same way you used to think, or act the same way you used to act. same things you used to do. And you physically, when you in the regeneration, you're actually really physically being born again. You know? That's why, and then that's why I gotta explain it like that, because you got simple-minded dudes. Even back then, the dude was simple. When the Lord said, "Yo, you gotta be born again," and he was like, "What? I gotta go back into my mom's womb?" Like, but you really have dudes that simple, man. Just like when Yahweh Shah said, "Yo, you have to eat my flesh and drink my blood." They really physically thought he meant like eat his flesh and drink his real blood. No. You know, it's a representation of something.
Also, like being a child. Be as a little child.
That's right. Yep.
Not yo, I gotta die and come back as a child.
That's
the spirit.
Because yo, death wipes away all memory, man. You know? Because if you came back, and that's mercy.
It's like going to sleep.
That's mercy.
Or the coma.
Like when you, prime example, when you get a surgery done, right? Yo, you don't remember shit. They put your ass. That all you remember, if you do remember that, they'd be like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna hit you with this. I'm gonna count backwards from 3 to 1. You're gonna be out. You won't remember nothing. And you I always try to fight that shit. Nigga, you ain't knocking me out. So I'll be like, they be like 3, 2. No, I'm like,
yo, that shit good.
Yeah. Then you wake up hours later.
Because that shit happened.
Yeah,
I got a
hours
procedure
later.
to get, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, in my head, I'm like, that shit. I got insomnia, nigga.
Oh, that shit.
Yeah, you woke up like, what the fuck?
And yo,
They're like, yo, it's done.
I read that, like, the stuff that they give you, the anesthesia. Yo, that's that crazy. Yo, that's
Shalom.
the same shit. Shalom, Chef Dog. But yo, that's the same stuff that they gave Michael Jackson. That fentanyl and all that. Yo, that's a part of that anesthesia to knock your ass out.
Put you to sleep.
Yeah, and then that is the ultimate sleep. You know?
Yo, this lady just woke up from a 20-year coma.
That's crazy. That's
yo,
crazy.
and her face looked all distorted because the
about
muscle memory.
Yeah,
She
yo.
couldn't.
That's
She
yo.
looked at old
Now that's bro. That's a hell of an adjustment.
That's like, yo, you had a whole nother life. She probably married a whole nother nigga, had kids and all that. Came back. What the fuck is going on?
And yo, and then when they come
And to
back,
her, it probably was like maybe,
5
it felt
minutes.
like 3 hours. Yo, yeah.
And they don't even be remembering nothing. You know? But see, and that's the beauty of when you actually go to sleep, God. That's the beauty of that. Because if you knew how you died in your past life and the way you died, you would bug the hell out your whole life. You'll be walking around like a fucking crackhead. Looking around.
Or either that, or you become a hermit.
Yeah, because you'll be looking for like who did it, how, like, matter of fact, yo, it was a movie where they went into stuff like that.
Or you repent.
And the dude, what he did, they kept reprogramming his mind. And they wanted to kill certain people. So he was like an ultimate machine, right? He was a warrior. So they put in his mind, they give him a scenario, they lay him down, wipe his memory, boom. The scenario was the person killed his wife. So they would make him go after and then change the face of the people and put a different face on the people that they wanted to die. You know what I'm saying? So when he wakes up, that's all that's on his mind. He think about his wife. Oh man, they killed my wife. This, that. And he go and kill him. Once he does that, now they put him right back to sleep. Boom. But the chick, she was like, yo, she got tired of that shit happening to her. So when he ended up coming after the one that was controlling him, because they was just using him as a machine. But see, that's how you know Esau knows some shit, because the Lord does that to us, man. He programs us.
Yo, and that's why I heard they have some people actually frozen
Yeah,
to bring them back.
that shit.
Because when you freeze something, it doesn't die.
Niggas gone.
But yeah, the Lord can still take the spirit from them. But they think they're gonna keep the spirit in them. But I heard they had Hitler frozen and shit.
That nigga gone.
But it just shows they know about
never generate again.
Damn, generate again. So when you come back, you regenerate, man. You know? Yo, you can live to be what, 80, 90? Your body gets all fucked up, but your spirit is still, you still got that spirit. Jake still got that spirit with him, man. You know that, because yo, some old people, you think that they was fucking in their 20s, man. Because that's just the spirit that's on it. Look at the apostles, how lively they are. And they're up in age, man.
Right.
They move around and yeah, man, and nah. That's the spirit that's inside, because the spirit don't get like old and all that. You know, it's just this flesh that gets like that. So what the Lord gives you another body, now you're a baby. Learn it all over. But he's there to do it for you. You know? That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. So I got this real quick. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 15. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and God requireth that which is past.
That's regeneration as well. You know, that which is what we gotta get started.
Yeah. It says, that which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been.
Yeah, so that which is to be have already been. You've been here before. You know? And you got, what's that when they be like, oh, you having deja vu. Like I've been here before.
They saying it sounds low.
Yeah, and then on the what's up?
They saying it sound low, but I got it on full.
What's all the up?
Yeah? Well, you know, not got it. You
Yeah,
got it.
but then you got shit.
I'm gonna raise all of it. There you go.
Oh, that which is the
Let me
big.
know if it sounds better.
That was big because you was already here when they say you have deja vu, like man. And Jake, this is one thing coming up. Jake always said, this how you know that it's embedded in our spirit about this reincarnation. Because when you see a little child, a baby, and the way the baby moves the spirit, right? The way the baby moves and everything, and how they look, and just certain actions it does, because that's their spirit. And older Jake's always be like, oh man, that baby been here before. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing they say. Be like, God damn.
Well, some people be like, oh, you got an old spirit.
Yeah. Because while that spirit was here, man, you know, spirits don't never die. They keep coming back, man. You know, that's why he said, I will punish you, father, to the third and fourth generation, man. Because you come back every third and fourth generation. But this right here is the last generation for this captivity, man. When we come back the next time, we ain't going down no more. So it ain't going to be no regeneration, you know? Because these, like, when you come back in the kingdom, the reason why we die now is because of sin and iniquity, man.
Yeah.
So if you're not sinning, you're pleasing the Lord, how the hell you going to die? You know? And when we was first designed, we wasn't supposed to die, man. But Eve did her little slick shit, got Adam all jammed up, and now we die. You know? As the scriptures say, matter of fact, it says because of the woman we all die. I believe that's in what, Sarah?
Yo, and that happened how long ago? And what? It's still going on.
Right.
Showing you that, that's, that proves it right there, man. Because there's things that we suffering as a nation that we did in our ages ago. Because we suffering as a nation. Not your only one by one. You know, that's the Google pictures. Look, they're taking pictures. They put it on Google. Fuck you. Put that on Google Images. Me giving you the finger. bring that precept out, bro. So, to your remembrance, though you once. Yeah.
Book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 5. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not.
See that? It said, though you once knew this. And that's why, matter of fact, like me and the brother was talking about in the car. When you grab me from work. You know, when you come into this truth, it's like sleep before you come into the truth. Now, once the Lord wakes you back up, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody has a time to wake up. And some of these dudes out here, they ain't never gonna wake up. That's why they gonna die. That's why it says, though you once knew this. Because in our past lives, we knew that we was Israelites. You know? We knew the name of the Lord. We knew the name Yahweh. We knew the name Yahweh Shah. We knew about the tribes. We knew all those things, man. You know? We knew about the prophecies. All right? We knew all those things. So what? The Lord had to bring it back, man. Though you once knew this, man. You know?
No, because like you said, when you go to sleep, then you forget this. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, you'll bring it back to your remembrance. So we can remember. You know what I'm saying? You go to sleep, and it's like you're dealing with somebody. They're like, hey, you remember me? You're like, oh shit, I don't remember you. Then they start bringing up the scenario. And you're like, oh, okay. Now I remember. Because in your mind, you had to backtrack. You had to go back. You had to go back to the past, even. You know? But that's how it works. Because Yahweh Shai, he died as a lamb. But now he's coming back as a roaring lion. But now he's not gonna come back in the same body. Yahweh Shai. He's not gonna come in the same body when he died as a lamb. He's gonna come back in his glorious body. You know?
Said, I will not beat thee as a man.
Nah, I asked him because he has a phone. So I didn't know about her. I'm done with this.
But no, going into like when it said you bring it back to remembrance. And it's enough.
Book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 1. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance.
See that? Stir up your pure mind by way of remembrance. Because how can you do that? Stirring up by way of remembrance. You know? Because we had to be taught this. We had to be retaught. Because what we came into in the Babylon, this last captivity, thinking that we was Negroes, African Americans, blacks, Hispanics, you know, Native Americans, you know, Mexicans, all that. And and this how you know that that's the truth, because even on all four corners of the earth, Israel's waking up. You know, like the one we was talking about. That was amazing. When I saw GMS Arabia, I said, God damn, yo, the Lord is not playing. You know, talking about stirring up pure remembrance. Them niggas, they was doing dumb shit like that in their past life. Probably riding horses or some shit. Trying to do tricks and all that crazy shit. And the prophets is out there teaching, man. They going by not even thinking about it, man. You know? And then like, yo, it has to stir, when they stir your mind up, it's like, when you start learning, like, oh, shit. Damn. Oh, and you get into it, man.
Because it got to resonate with you.
Yeah, con, that's right. Con.
So, verse 2, that ye be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets.
See that? That's true. Yo, read that one more time. And that's how you know this is reincarnation as well, man. Because, yo, once you come back, now you don't come back like, I was a prophet in the past life, man. I'm going to go, nah, man. The Lord has to bring that back to you. And that's why Apostle Paul, he was writing to them, you know. No, hold on, that's Peter. Writing to them, right? To make them remember, man. You know? Yo, even going into, that's why when Yahweh Shah was on the scene, he told them what places to go and speak. Because he knew he had people there and his men. Yo, you want to talk to these people? Because I got people. Once you start talking to them, I'm going to wake them up. You know? I'm gonna open their minds back to remember. Because, yo, we grew up in Greece. We grew up in Rome. But we thought we were Romans. We thought that we was Greeks. We thought, I don't know about Babylon. But we thought we was Egyptians. Yo, look at Moses. Prime example. Moses grew up as an Egyptian. And the Lord had to take his ass born in the wilderness and wake his ass up. You know? And talk to him. He came to him directly to speak to him. You know? And that opened his mind up. He was like, oh shit. I gotta go fight for my people.
Hey, and that's why the scriptures also say that whom shall he teach knowledge? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
That's right, God.
Because only babies do that.
God, that's
So
right.
you're going to think to yourself like, damn. When I first heard that from a brother, I kind of felt offended like, damn, you think I'm a baby? You think I don't know nothing? But then I had to understand spiritually, like,
God,
all right,
yeah, God.
you got to spiritually grow.
That's a part of being born again. Or that aspect.
That's
Spiritually born again. Because you always say when you first come in, and that's so heavy because we act like babies. Whining. Man, fuck this shit. Fuck these damn crackers. Are you going in? You know what I'm saying? Because, and then once you start growing more, you're like, oh, okay. You learn how to, all right, man, fuck them. So this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to bring out as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? But when you first came, you're like, fuck everything.
Hey, because before the truth, we was living with, well, most of us was living with no morals,
Yeah, God.
with no form of discipline.
God, yeah.
Just like a child, you got to teach them. They don't know what all that stuff is until you show them manners, discipline.
Yeah.
Now we like, damn, I wish I knew this back then.
Yeah, God.
But you had to learn it again. You know?
Yo, that's like that Psalms 1 and 3. When it talks about it'd be like a tree planted by the still water, and he'll bring forth fruit in his due season. So that means you have to grow to get to that season with produce fruit.
Back to verse 2, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of Yahweh. Knowing this first. Verse 3, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts.
See, and yo, in the ancient time, we had the same thing. You know? Because, yo, if there was a scoffer back then, you was scoffer now. Like vocab Malone, you know? You got the wicked scribes and Pharisees is back, man. All of them is back. And then just these average, everyday walking around scoffing ass niggas, man. You know, but them other dudes, they want like your general, your Johannes and all that. Your Nates, and that's a double-minded dude, man. Because they just had a video with him. He was talking about the Haitian president, right? He got smoked, him and his wife. They smoked him because they didn't let the jab into their country. Now they're trying to blame, well, you know, America has something to do with that. Bottom line, man, they did that shit. But they had of him talking about, yeah, man, America had something to do with this, and this, that, and the third. And just because they didn't want to get the vaccine, now you're talking like you're against it. Nigga, when at first he was with that shit, because you had, hold on, sister, but you had, what was that? When they was making jokes about getting the jab and all that. Oh yeah, man, yeah, I got the key, and laughing and joking, you know. So that right there is fucking crazy, man. Now all of a sudden you're with it. Like, nah, come on, man. All these people that you done let astray, yo, there ain't no escaping that, man. You teaching, talking about the name, so you blaspheme the name because you took it lightly. Talking about plate yogurt and all this stuff. Now he's starting to see all these things, these prophecies happening. Now all of a sudden, oh shit, yo, these guys were right. And they talking about the apostles right deep down inside, but they don't even want to admit it, man. That's how powerful they are. And that was the main dude. It's June. Ain't no microchips. Now they talking about it left and right. Come on, man. That nigga crazy. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 4, and saying, where is the promise of his coming?
That's what them niggas were saying. You know? That's what them niggas are saying, man. Ain't no fairy god gonna come save you out the sky. Them niggas were saying all kind of shit like that, man. You know? Until when they actually see it, then all of a sudden, damn, yo, we was wrong. Then you won't want to try to call on the name, and I pray that the Lord take his name out your mouth, man. So you can't even remember it, man. Since you wanted to joke, and it was so fucking funny. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 4, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
And that's what the brother was saying earlier. Yo, it was famines before. Of course we know that. There was race wars before, of course. There's always been wars and rumors of wars. Like my mom, when they was I don't know what year it was, but it was back in the day. They used to have bomb drills in school. Because they was at a nuclear, there was a nuclear threat, basically. And this how retarded the bomb drills was. The bomb drills was. They used to have to go, like when they hit the alarm and all that, they would get out the seat that they were sitting in school, get underneath of that desk and crouch down and put their head in between their knees. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy because you still gonna fucking die, man. That's just putting your head between your legs and kissing your ass goodbye. Because that's all Esau was really doing, man. I'm telling you. But see, and that's the mindset of our people, because whatever Esau tells them to do, they going to do. You know? So they had bomb drills back then. But now, the nuclear threat, they really talking about this shit. You know, even the Pentagon, they telling you, yo, nuclear war is inevitable, man. It's coming. And all these different nations are strapped up. They ready to go. You know? They not playing no games, man. And now they're starting to come back at America, because back then, they wasn't talking heavy about America, man. Because what? America was what? The hammer. You know?
Right, now that prophecy is coming to pass, where in Joel where it says that the Greeks are strong. Now the other nations is being strong. Joel, I think the third chapter. Yeah, Joel 3 and 9.
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 1. It says, behold, in those days and in that time.
Fucking noise pollution. Yo, we ain't gonna have no noise pollution in the kingdom.
That's right. And this every time we really start to get into something.
Remember back then when they used to give niggas tickets for disturbing the peace?
Oh,
You don't get that shit.
that's because Babylon fell. That's crazy because they would give you a ticket. Yo, even if you had your music too loud.
Or even jaywalking.
Yeah, come. That's how you know this place is done and they don't care anymore. You know?
Cops just drive by all nonchalant.
Yeah.
Oh well, just another day.
Yeah. Just another day with Mike Love.
Clean. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Joel.
Yo, with the you wait for
Make this up. Can't make it up.
yo, you wait for one for another one to pass.
Look at that, look.
Nigga,
Oh, that was-
wow.
Man, he probably ain't even going nowhere.
Those that make the rules break the rules.
God, this is this is the book of Joel, chapter 3, starting at verse 1. It says, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh Shaphat. And I will
Which is
plead.
the Lord's judgment.
God,
That's
right.
where the Lord is gonna pursuing. That goes perfectly with Zephaniah 3 and 8, where it says, "Wait ye upon me, as I gather the nations,
God, yeah,
to
yeah.
pour upon them my indignation." Because He's gathering the nations now, over there in the Middle East.
That's right. That's right. And you never, and that's another thing too. How you know this is that time that the
Yeah.
Lord was talking about. Because when have you ever seen the nations being gathered together like that to go to battle? You had World War I, you had World War II. Now this is the third war, you know, which is World War III.
Yeah.
This is the war to end all wars, man. You know? And you're seeing a lot more chariot sightings and these people there admitting, you know, that the chariots, you know, that they exist. Before they wasn't admitting none of that. Oh no, it's just a UFO. Oh, you just saw something. We got Area 51. Come on. And that's funny because you see the girl that walked past, I'm like, excuse me, and shot her down.
Like
Now
we
look,
owe-
she
like
come
we
right
owe her
back.
something.
Yeah, now she come right back. Come on, man. That's why I don't even pay them no mind.
Right.
I'm not
Oh,
entitled to
with
give
the
you.
pink.
Yeah, I'm not entitled to give you no fucking direction.
Now she see talking.
Huh? In the middle of speech, talking about the Lord, you went and grabbed the Muslim.
So what you gonna in the train station? You see two people having a conversation.
Yeah.
What you do? Excuse me.
Because you had on that tight ass shit.
Yeah, because you hey, shut up. What's good? Nah, fuck you. You know, Pastor.
Yo, God,
Hell, cause this shit pisses you off out there.
it's vexing.
It's vexing in the spirit. That's why Lot,
Yo,
when Lot was in Sodom and Gomorrah, he explained how the filthy conversations it vexed him, man. Because them niggas wasn't hiding anything.
Yo,
Just like now, they're not hiding nothing. They're shameless.
move. That's what the scriptures say. They declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not.
Hiding not.
You know? And they was even trying to have sex with the angels.
Yeah.
How perverse is that, man? And that's how you know that the angels was men. Not no damn women. Because he tried to put his daughters out there. They was like, nope, we want them. And the angels blinded them niggas, man. But,
That's right, yo, that's a good,
Good.
damn, that's a beautiful point.
God.
Niggas think God, yo, I heard people say, no, God is a woman.
Yo,
God is the angels is oh mother like Biggie. What?
Yup.
Oh Hail Mary.
Yup,
So,
yup.
man, get the
Because this is an
fuck out of
effeminate
here.
ass place.
Hail Mary. Because when you hail someone, you bow to
That's
them.
right, yup. Like Hail Zeus.
Yeah.
That's where they get Jesus from. Hail Zeus.
Hey, so,
You know what I mean?
damn.
You hailing that goddamn, that deity, man. But it says, back in Joel chapter 3, verse 2, it says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. They got hell to pay, man. Because they parted the land. How did they part the land? They gave it to them damn gutter rats. And when you really, like, you look at Saudi Arabia as a whole, and that whole part, and you got Jerusalem and all that, that was all our lands, man.
Yep.
That belonged to us, you know? Because you had Judah, Reuben, Ephraim, you know, Gad. All of us had lands over there.
Hey, and then they parted it, and then they'll call it trespass.
Exactly, yeah. So you can't go. Yo, and that's why these
Trespass,
Israelites, you Israelites that jumped the
Like,
gun
nigga.
and went back to Jerusalem because you thought you was doing something, we gotta get out of America. Come up out of here, my people. They took that shit literally. Went over there, now what? They kicking your ass out of there.
Yo, and that's stupid because you act like you running from your sins.
Yeah, cut, yup.
You can't run from your sins.
That's right, man. That's right.
So now you're perfect because you in Jerusalem.
Yup, cut.
Oh damn! Now the Lord forgave you now.
Yeah,
Damn.
and that land is still polluted.
Fucking idiots. That's where they got the biggest gay
Yeah,
pollution.
cut. It's polluted, and you still gotta follow your fucking slave master over there. You ain't controlling nothing. You ain't calling the shots. You know, you're not enforcing the law, statutes, and commandments over there on the whole globe, man. So you just wasting your time. And if you over there and you not one of the elect, the missile's gonna hit your ass over there.
That's it. Hey yo, and that's why the scriptures say when Yahweh shall come back, all the world shall wail because of
No, God. I mean, they in
So when they see
tremendous
him,
fear.
they're gonna see him from the west to the east to the north to the south. The animals, the deep sea animals is gonna see him. You know them fishes with the lights?
Yeah.
They all the way in the deep sea.
God.
They gonna come up and be like, oh, when them missiles hit. Because the Leviathan's gonna come up.
Yo, and you got missiles that's actually gonna hit the seas to bring that tidal wave too. You know?
That's it. Hey, yo, because, you're going to have new man come up.
Yeah, God.
Because of what? The scripture saying that the earth shall wail to and fro like a drunkard. So, nigga, it don't matter where you at. You're going to feel the wrath of the Lord when he pops.
Right.
Just like in a big-ass party, right? you know the main man come in when he walk in. When everybody, oh, shit, oh, you're like, who the fuck? Everybody's wailing and crying. Oh, there go the main man. Nigga,
That's
you gonna
somebody
know.
ass.
You gonna know when a nigga walk into a fight and he got a song playing.
Yup. That's your house.
And he's coming with a great shout.
And yo, his ship is so big. When Ezra saw it, he said half is on the land and half is in the sea. That's how big Yahweh Shah's ship is, man. So you damn right the whole world gonna see him, man. How you gonna miss something like that?
Yeah, it said he's gonna scream like a travailing woman.
Man, like a woman travail and came with a child. And that's like Beanie Siegel said. He said it's nothing worse than the crying mother, seeing a baby stretched out in the ghetto gutter. So to hear a mother crying like that, just imagine a woman in travail with a child, then multiply that times 50, 100 million. That's the sound that you're going to hear when you're out with shot.
You just gotta make out any
Yeah,
noise.
cut.
You
'Cause
can't
you don't know.
cultivate. You can't.
Them come.
Yo,
Like,
and then, and
man.
then when he was on the scene, the scripture say he had a voice of what?
Money, what? Come on, man.
Because you know that travels.
Yeah, cut.
You know what I'm saying?
And yo, what they do, like go in the ancient time, right? When you watch like the gladiator movies stuff like that
Oh,
when
yeah,
they was
yeah.
going to war. They run at each other. They'd be like this, stand in line, and everybody got their swords and shit.
The
They
drums.
chilling. Yeah, they watching around, they watching. Then they like, march forward. Ah!
Yo, Baba Kusha.
Yo, when they get there, then all of a sudden, you know, the ting, and all that. You know? So that's and that's the sound. That's the sound that Yahweh Shah's gonna let out when it goes down, man.
That's it.
You know,
That's it.
he's gonna give off that scream. That's man.
That's it.
So when he scream that, that's when he's gonna release, man. You know? And then just imagine the anger coming out of that scream, because that's how mad he is, man. When you get mad, you just want to scream, ah, fuck this nigga up. Yo, man, just imagine.
You think of it's like
Nah, just imagine that scream, man.
you
Niggas
think
gonna
about it.
drop dead just from hearing that.
Yo, I had a dream about that. My mom died in her feet.
Damn.
I had a dream
Crazy.
because the troops came in. The feds got me at my house. I was young in the dream. I remember this dream. Then when I came out of my house, I seen a bunch of brothers on the streets, lined up on their knees with their hands on their head like that, and the troops walk inside on the side of them like that with the guns. But when they came in, my mom, like, I'm only saying that because of what the brother mentioned. She died in her fear in the dream.
Yeah, come.
Like, she was so scared, she was just,
And what it say? And
like her whole, everything just stopped.
that's scripture. Because it says men's hearts
Men
shall
shall,
fear.
and also, mighty men shall cry their bitterly.
That's right, come. That's right.
So
that's
just
your honor.
imagine a woman.
And rightfully so.
Go see if Esau is going to be for your interest on that day.
I found that
Because he's the one that's going to cause that. Through the spirit, also. Yeah, that going to link up with it.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise.
Hey, just like you mentioned. Because that's how they fought it. But yeah.
All that, and yo, when they killing each other, they hit them.
The battle, the shit, crashing.
Then the blood, yo, man, that's yo. And then that's how they really warred. Like
That's real.
those men was really mighty men, man.
That's real.
Like King David's mighty men.
With the trumpet.
Yeah, now they knew war. These niggas now, that's how you know Esau is a bitch ass nigga.
Now niggas want to run and shoot.
Yeah, come, yo, and then Esau, they so soft. They set up snipers, man.
Oh yeah, which is craft.
Yeah, but
I give you that.
that's a sucker way, man.
But that is
That's some
something.
bitch ass shit.
Cause yo, even in the game, I used to play Modern Warfare, and they call it camping. They be like, nigga, why you always camping? Come where I'm at. Stop hiding.
And honestly, those men that they say it's a thrill when they used to kill their enemy. It's a thrill to kill your enemy and look into his eyes and watch his fucking soul leave his body.
Feel that.
Yeah. Just shooting from a bang, bang, bang. You don't see what the fuck is the satisfaction of that. You ran, you don't even know if you're dead or not.
That's too easy.
You know? But hitting them with standing
Blood gushing all over. Yo, just imagine King David.
yeah,
Just imagine. When they said Saul slayed thousands,
Yeah.
David slaughtered tens of thousands.
So good.
Yo,
Yeah.
David slaughtered tens. Yo, you can't even remember the amount of people that walked by sometimes.
Yeah, God.
And he slaughtered tens of thousands.
For his people. All for his people.
You know that there had to be the divine intervention.
Yeah, come on. The Lord, he put his spirit on the boy like that.
Because yo, you even got heathens like Alexander. Them niggas was mighty warfare.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
and
And they were heathens.
yeah, and the Lord was with him now.
Look at Samson. When he slaughtered 1,000 with a jawbone of a donkey.
What?
With
Yo,
just a jawbone. Nigga said, man, it's lucky. party. I got a little hype. Salaki, the slipper. Nah, but Cassasso's a brother. He ain't no nigga. He was a mighty brother, a mighty man. But yo, it also said Gideon. Yo, one of David's mighty men said he slaughtered so many men with the sword that his hand became the sword. Like he couldn't let go. That yo, that's
Yeah, on the right is on that. Yo, like, yo, what's it?
back then the sword was heavy.
That's madness, confusing, and retarded. But nah, go ahead, brother. That's a heavy. That's
Back up to the top. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5.
Good.
Every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood.
garments rolled in blood, man. Hey, yo.
That's why I said gird up your
Get
loins.
the
Because when you go to war,
scripture that says who's that come from the Basel?
That's all right.
Yeah, cunt. Hey, yo.
but yo, real quick,
Man,
when
yeah,
they
go
tied
ahead,
up
bro.
their
Salah.
garment, when they said to gird up your garments, we were just down to the foot. But when you gird it, you put it tight, you tie it up. So when you go to war, a nigga can't just drag you. Because you got dudes now that grab you by the hood. You gird it up, you're like, all right, ready to go. It's
And-
lucky, man.
Yeah, no, you cool. But yo, that's why men shouldn't have long hair. Because when you go to battle, you look at these women now. What's the first thing they do? Grab their hair, and swing them around, Absalom when he's riding a horse.
That's why everybody in the
shit.
MMA,
Yeah.
they get their shit braided
Yeah, cut.
before they fight.
Yeah, cause yo,
Well, the women.
yeah, cut. That's smart. That's smart.
Yeah, because you know women, right?
Yeah, cut. So yo, because men they not. If you had that long hair in battle, they can grab you by your hair like an Edomite. They wear that long shit. You grab, tuck your fucking hair.
Yo, my aunt said.
Toss that shit.
My aunt said she said when I was younger, I used to put Vaseline on my face
Yeah, cut. Yeah.
and put blades in my hair.
Yeah.
So when the chick grabbed it, they're like,
Yeah, that's smart.
even though that's wicked.
Yeah, but
But
that's
look at
smart.
what was Dave Absolute?
Yeah, cut.
How he got caught in the tree. Oh shit.
But see, and it said garments rolled in blood, cause that, yo, man, like you said, yeah, you swinging the sword everywhere, hitting them, stabbing them, getting them, bringing it out, that's making the blood, and then you hit them with different you hit them with different arteries, you know? That's not hot. Yo,
special party.
Right, they be served.
Served. Yup.
Yeah,
Like,
they got reservations for destruction.
Yo, like a pastor, like Elder McCall. You want a party? You want a party? The Lord's gonna show you a party.
Yo.
Yo, that's how it is, man.
God, man.
All the suckers,
Yeah, God.
you know. But I guess we can finish up.
Yeah,
This.
cut, bro. I'm gonna hop back on this. Then we can wrap it up.
I
Yeah. Damn. We almost at 3
yeah. Oh shit, it's locked.
Oh!
Lean back.
Yo, man, that's it's a lot here out here. Technical difficulties. Satan in the mix.
Hold on, 'cause I'm Jeremiah.
Saying mad, man. Because when you start coming hard at his society like that, them vibrations go out, man.
And then now it's 3 of us.
Yeah, it cut. They
So
like, hold
the
up.
more, the
Yeah.
more
Yeah,
brothers you have, the more spirits start to come
yeah,
out. Be like,
yo,
oh,
what my man say on Menace? Yo, no, on Belly. He's like, yo, I don't like that shit. I don't like. I'm gonna drop a dime on them niggas. Yo, that's how Satan is right now. He's like, I don't like that shit. You know? Well, he can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing against the truth before the truth, man. You know? So everything that these people doing and all that, they really marking themselves.
yeah.
You know? They marking themselves for death. Like that movie, Marked for Death. And that's what a lot of you jakes is out here for, man. You're marked for death, man.
You're mocked.
Yeah, God. That's right.
You're
You
mocked.
got that, brother?
Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1.
God.
Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments? Hey, yo, and Edom, because you had a line of Edom in Israel.
Yeah, God.
That's on, because the Lord's coming back on the east
Yeah.
to destroy what? The west.
Yo, man, listen.
You know, the land of the
He's
north.
gonna wreak havoc.
So it
Who is
says,
this that come from Edom?
with dyed garments from Basra.
Damn, Basra, that's another word for Edomites as well.
Yeah.
You know?
This that is glorious in his apparel.
Damn. So Yahweh Shah going to do it big, man. He's going to kick your ass in some fly shit, you know, and get it bloody. Cause that's the die. Like when you step on grapes, like the people that make the wine, they step on grapes and all that all day. Their feet get dyed from the red, you know. And like if they got on like pants or something from being in there, the pants will get dyed too, you know. And that's how much bloodshed gonna be shed when Yahweh Shah comes back and said it's gonna be like to the yeah.
Right.
And you see how tall a horse is. A horse is not a small animal, you know. Like standing next to a horse, that shit is over your head, man. You know, you got to step up and climb over that motherfucker to get him.
Yo, matter of fact, this nigga that played Superman, he
Yeah,
died
Chris
when he
Reeve.
fell off a horse.
See that? The power. And
How
he's
super was that?
cunt. Chris Reeves.
I
And
guess
that's
that horse
funny.
had kryptonite on
Yeah,
it.
cunt, and that's ironic because he tried to play us, you know. And he was a servant trying to be on the horse and kicked his ass off.
That just shows that there's gonna be blood
Yo,
everywhere.
cunt, that's right. There's gonna be a lot of bloodshed out here in Babylon, man. And the Lord's gonna be the one causing it, you know.
By blood of him that shed it.
Cunt, that's right, cunt.
I believe that's in Revelation.
That was so small.
There's a lot more. Actually.
Cunt, let's get it.
It says, travailing in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore,
Mighty to save. Damn. Now, what he coming to do? Deliver. He's coming to save his people.
yeah,
Done with the elect. Getting them out of captivity in the 1/3, man. You know, taking them up out of this hell, man.
getting us out this prison.
Yeah, God, that's right. That's exactly where we at, right?
Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel,
Mm.
and thy garment like him that treadeth in the wine fat.
Just see?
I have trodden the winepress alone,
Yeah.
and of the people there was none with me.
Damn.
For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and
Damn.
their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments.
See that? Yo, that's like,
and I was staying all my raiment.
Yo, that's crazy. That's like,
That's your
yo,
clothes.
when you fight somebody, you that mad, you knock them down and shit, you just start stomping the shit. Yeah, yeah. Yo, that's what the, yo,
this
that's
nigga
how the
DMX
Lord
said.
did, yo.
I'm a-
The nigga keep, he said, the
He
nigga
said-
already dead. I'ma keep stabbing. Yo, that's how, yo, Yahweh Shah gonna be just like that, man. You know, cause that shows the anger, fierce anger, man. When you do something like that, you're highly angry, man. And he's not coming back happy. He just told you, with all the dye on his garment, he gonna want your blood on his shit, man. Stomping the shit out you. Late, how you said, pop your busted coconut.
That's it.
Bust your coconut head over, you know? And that's for what? And that's talking about our enemies, man. Edom.
Yeah.
Jake going to get it too, but how much more Edom, man? Because he hates you. You know? And that's what you got to look forward to.
Last verse, verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, meaning in his mind, so he's always meditating on it. Just like how the scriptures even tell us to meditate too.
That's right.
It says, because Esau done did it. How we gonna catch him? How we gonna, they got all these type of ways to torture our people.
They laying wait.
You know what I'm saying? It says, and the year of my redeem is come. You got it.
The year of my redeem is come. So what he's coming to do is save and redeem. Here's the deliverer.
On the flip side,
Yeah. He's coming back to redeem us, save us, because we need that.
Yo, and that's a balance too.
Yo, God.
Because the Lord ain't just gonna come and destroy.
Yeah, God.
He's
Yeah.
gonna come and destroy and deliver at the same time.
At the same damn time.
That's like, your brothers is locked up.
Yo,
You're like, yo, we gonna form our lines. We about to get him out of here. Come
Yo.
on. But in the midst of it, you ching. And then you got him out the gate. Yeah.
Yo, that
You got
reminds
the helicopter ready upstairs.
Yo, that's right. That
That's the
reminds me of
cherry.
that reminds me of that song from
You just
Public
gotta
Enemy.
envision it, with the movies.
God. That reminds me of that song from Public Enemy, Black Still in the Hour of Chaos. But the whole song, Chuck D was locked up. And Flavor Flav was coming to save him, to get him, break him out of jail and shit. So it was like a break, but no, when he said the copter and everything, that's how they got away with shit. You know what I mean? They got on the chopper and flew up out of there, right? You know? But yo, back in the book of
And that's the modern day art,
Yeah,
which is
come.
these chariots.
Yeah. Back in the book of Joel, chapter 3, I believe we left off at verse 3. It says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot.
Which they still doing to this day.
That's right.
Which
That's
they
right.
still doing.
Come.
Just look at your Colosseums.
Come on, y'all. It says, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yo, and they did, what's that movie? Goodbye Uncle Tom. When we was watching that, they showed you that in there. You know, they showed you a whole lot in there, the things that these people was doing to us, man.
Hey brother, you seen that movie?
Yo, you gotta
We
watch
got
that.
we gotta watch it.
Yeah, come,
We gotta sip some young and
Come.
watch it.
'Cause
You
it's
might
going-
cry.
Yeah.
Cause I started tearing. For
it's,
anger though.
Yo, it's going to have
Oh.
effects. Trust me.
Right.
But at the same time, you have to look at it spiritually, because it lets you know the reason why our people was in the condition they're in, and
Yep.
why they think like that, because it was beaten to them. It was instilled into them. They got reprogrammed to be like that. The reason why the women are harlots, the men doing this and all that, and the Esau did that, you know. But that was for us turning our back on the Lord, and the Lord turned his back on us.
It all lines up with
No,
the scriptures.
Yeah, exactly. But it says, verse 4, it says, yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? It says, in all the coast of Palestine will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? So, the Lord letting you know, how are you going to pay him back for everything that you did to his people? It's only one way. You don't got enough money to pay the Lord, man. You know? He created this world, the land and all that. He created all that. So how are you going to recompense him? You know? It says, because ye have taken my silver, see that? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. So that's what they did to us, man.
God.
They removed us far from our border because they wanted us far away from that land as possible. Because they know that land belongs to us, man. And that's the center of the center of the earth, the center of attraction, you know, because it says Jerusalem above is free, which covers all, man. Going in the book of Galatians, and that right there lets you know that's where we come from, Jerusalem. We don't come from no goddamn Africa. What these people teach you, and you niggas listen to that shit, wearing dashikis and African medallions, African earrings, man.
That's why they say, oh, I'm what? African American.
Yeah, you fucking retarded.
Named after two fucking hunkies.
God. It says,
I'm African.
I ain't hear that.
Yo, how you African and you American?
That's two things.
That's crazy. America's a corporation.
That's
America's not even an ethnicity. You can't be American. It's a corporate land. Yeah. He said, damn, I didn't hear that shit.
Verse 7 says, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
And what we were sold throughout the four corners of the earth. So showing you our people, and that's why Isaiah, Salakia, that's why it says that the word got to go out throughout the four corners of the earth, then the end shall come. But America's going to be utterly destroyed, like literally completely. And
that goes into what you was reading earlier, man. You know, that he's coming back to what? Redeem us. We read about the diagram from Basel. You know, he's coming to redeem, man. Right? I'm going to read that again. It says, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to the people far off, for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah have spoken.
That's slavery for you.
That's right.
Edomites, man.
It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Chakodash. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye the sickle, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. Basically, man. And yo, that's what's coming, man. And the Lord is setting up all this stuff right now as we speak. You know? He's speaking this into existence, and this is the Lord's words, man. You know? Matter of fact, there was one more.
And that harvest is right here.
Yo, kind of says, multitudes in the valley of decisions, for the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is near in the valley of decisions. In the valley of decisions is what? When he's going to fucking destroy your ass, man.
World War III.
God. Matter of fact, keep going.
The Lord's going to put His Spirit in those missiles, man.
Right. It says the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
Esau is going to get their wisdom taken away.
God. It says Yahweh Shem Yahushua also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. So shall ye know that I am Yahweh Shem Yahushua, your power, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no stranger pass through her any more. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountain shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and fountains shall come forth of the house of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and shall water the valleys of Shittim.
That's when the kingdom is established. And all these other nations is going to run to us.
And bringing you their good. Right when I'm about to end the city.
Yeah, even their daughters. Because, you know, back then with the kings, when they do alliances, they're like, oh, here, marry my daughter. So that they can form alliances. They're like, oh.
You going up?
They're gonna bring me fucking water and wine when I'm thirsty. They're gonna polish my nails, my toenails, with their teeth. Sharpen them up.
Verse 19, it says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for Yahweh Shem Yahushua dwelleth in Zion. No? So they say nothing about no other nation gonna make it. It's only talking about the nation of Israel. You know? For you vocab Malones and you other people that think that Edom gonna make it. The Lord is coming back to set the record straight. Right. At the end of the day, everything that they did to his people, us. Got it.
Numbers, chapter 35, verse 33.
Speak up a little bit so the camera can.
Numbers, chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land.
That's right.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
That's right.
That's it.
Bottom line.
So
And yo, so that's the recompense. That's the that's the reparations that we're waiting for.
That's right. That's right.
Because all your money, and you jakes out here that really want Esau's money, talking about we did our reparations. Wild 40 acres in the mule. Why the fuck would you want 40 acres in the mule in the place that's about to get destroyed? Right. And it's about to get destroyed.
No.
And even if they give you 40 acres, it's raining chemtrails on your shit.
And this is not our rest
That's
anyway.
right, man.
They're gonna look at Bill Gates.
Yo, cut.
Boy, he got all the acres, man.
That's right. That's right, bro. That's right, man. So, hey, man, and hey, Esau, that's all you can give us, man. We don't want your goddamn money. Fuck you and your chip and all that.
Yeah, put that
And
in
your
your pipe
fucking
and smoke
bite.
it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
Yeah, right.
Since our servants want to be on horses, man.
We're gonna put them in the caves that they came from.
That's right. Come, man. So with that, man, we pray that this camp was edifying. Hope you got some out of it, man. Hope it made sense. Pray that it lands on the ears that needed to hear it. You know? So the next
Yo.
until the next week, man. give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakapadash. Double honors to the apostle, elders, and great millstone who taught us the truth. Shalom to the elect, to the men that died doing the work, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, because they shall arise first.
That's the garment.
To the men, women, and children that believe on the true name of the Father and the Son, which the Father's name is Yahweh, he exists. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, he's the deliverer. Because as we've been reading and keep reading, he's coming back to deliver us out of this captivity that we're in. With that, Mawaf, Abba,
Wow,
Abba.
ba, ba, ba.
Shalom.
Wow.
Shalom. Damn, Zion almost